V-Dot shoes.
Yeah.
Just messing. They're cool.
That ghost is...
The 270s?
They're actually Project Rock.
Oh, excuse me. Never mind.
Found them at the outlet store for like $50.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dang.
So, the best was our 8-year-old. We were walking through her school one day, and she turns in, she goes, "Adam, do you have to be so attractive?" And she meant like attract attention, but I just started laughing.
So funny.
I was
Yes,
like,
yes, I
"Sorry."
do.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Actually, now that you mention it, yes.
I need to get some new shoes. I've been wearing running shoes for the past year and a half, probably.
The same
reason
pair?
being, no, not the same pair. But the reason being is they're very, very comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Very squishy. I'm on my feet, standing most all day. Mm-hmm. When I say all day, like a normal, like 6-8 hours, something like that, not like all day. But I can't train in them though. You know,
Too squishy.
too squishy. Mm-hmm. Like even just if I'm doing some upper body stuff, like bench or anything, I feel like the instability in the feet.
Oh, yeah.
So I usually just work out barefoot,
Yeah.
like all the time. So I pull
Grounding.
pull my shoes off and go barefoot. So it's like, do I even need to buy shoes?
Why does that not surprise me?
Yeah. Well, I was waiting the other morning. It was the first time I went sockless too,
Ooh.
and
Did that feel good on that turf?
it felt great.
Did it?
And it is cold in the gym, so like
that's
heat
right.
Yeah.
escapes quick without the socks. But with the new leg press and hack squat, like my feet with the socks just want to slide off.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was training legs, and just like, let me pull the socks off. Let me get nice and sticky on there. And as soon as I did, like first set in, the two chicks, one of the trainers and her client come in, and I'm just sitting there half naked and barefoot on the thing.
Make yourself at home,
And I was like,
guys.
come on in.
Good morning.
We're definitely grounding today.
Oh, my gosh. This is actually one of the topics that I just told him about this right before you guys showed up. I saw this story that this couple, I'm pretty sure they're like Gen Zers, but I guess they took the whole concept of grounding and like really went for it, and they decided that they don't want to wear shoes ever. But you can't just do that these days because you have to have shoes in order to like go into stores and stuff like that. And they made this video. They cut the bottoms out of every single pair of shoes that they own, and then just so
they lace them up, but on the bottom side.
So like the shoe
Gotcha.
just sits on top of their foot. And they have the video of them like walking through the store in the mall, which walking on tile inside of a building is not grounding, but these people are so stupid. And you see them walking and the shoe is just starting to spin off of their foot and you can see their feet. And it is the dumbest video I've ever seen in my life.
It sounds like a dust cover on a car.
Yeah. And they were like, this is over $20,000 worth of shoes. And you saw the picture of shoes. There's no way your shoes add up to $20,000, people. Like, they were junk.
Well, definitely not now.
But it was just like, also, why do you have to do every pair? Every single pair of shoes? They're like, really committing to this life.
Like one pair for going out.
Yeah, going out.
Yeah.
Going out's full bear, dude.
And they clearly live in the city. Like, everywhere they went in the video was like concrete. Like, that's not grounding. Grounding is like the dirt and the grass.
You know, not on the same topic, but on the topic of feet. I notice growing up, I grew up in Tappahannock, which is like a country-esque rural area.
Yeah.
And growing up, definitely in the summers, I never wore shoes. Like, even in the gravel, asphalt, yards, backyards, whatever, barefoot.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to be able to run on gravel. Like, no problem. I could run.
Yeah, my mom's like that too.
And lately, if I go down there, I'm stuck.
You're
I'm like
like,
stuck on hot coals. I can't move.
Yeah.
My feet are so sensitive now. I guess because of years.
You've gotten
of just,
soft.
Yeah, like over the past 10 years since I've been living
Wearing
up here.
shoes.
I'm wearing shoes. So I need to get the bottomless shoes.
Well,
What time of day was it? Because I found that at morning or night, I can't do it. But middle of the day, I can run on gravel like it's no big deal.
I never tried morning. I could see that being like what the peak of sensation being morning.
Yeah, because I used to have those Adidas slides that have all the little
yeah,
rubber
yeah.
pokey thing, and I couldn't wear them in the morning because they would
Really?
hurt my feet. Yeah.
that's crazy. I never even thought about
Do
that.
they still make those?
I don't know.
I'm sure you could probably get
I'm
it.
sure.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Should probably
Those
find
felt
them.
cool. You'd wear them to like the water park or the pool or something like that.
Yeah.
I had some, I think, when I was a kid, but I didn't have many.
Yeah.
I might have had the
I
knockoffs.
never
I
had
had
shoes on either, I
knockoffs.
don't think.
I didn't wear flip flops or anything like that until I was like 20 something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my feet are way too soft for that. I can barely walk on our hardwood floors. I'm like, I need socks or slippers.
Yeah, I mean,
Jeez.
I was the same way. Like
I don't like things like on the bottom of my feet though. We have animals, and it's just and a toddler.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
crumbs everywhere.
she makes crumbs everywhere.
It's disgusting, and like you get it on your feet, and I would feel like I also was never really like that until I started dating him, and he is a very much like texture person.
Yes.
So.
And then the baby gets it from me too, because like
Oh
all day
my
long she
gosh.
stops and she sits down and she's looking at her foot and she's got a crumb or something on her foot.
Like the whole world
It's like,
stops.
that's
She
what you
has
get.
to
Stop making a fucking mess.
She's like foot, and I'm like, you can't walk another step. She's just stuck
or
there,
something on her hand. She
Yeah.
freaks out.
like dirt. She's
Wipe
like
the
hand.
damn hand
I'm
off.
like, wipe it on your pants.
Stuck.
She's so dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dramatic.
I just thought that was the funniest story. Thinking about like these people think that they're grounding and they're just cutting the bottoms. I mean, like taking a saw and like cutting the rubber bottoms out
Yeah.
of their shoes
Jeez.
to be grounded.
I've seen, I don't know if it was maybe a movie, but I think I've seen it in real life. Not this person's walking around shoes. Maybe it was a movie. I don't know. But they cut the toe box off a little bit so they could have like some breathing room.
Breathing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
It's almost like a toeless shoe.
You can't just find shoes that like
Maybe.
wear slides or something.
Or
I guess
slides
they
or-
want the rest of their foot to be covered.
Sport, but like pleasure as well.
What's the name of that famous powerlifter? Chris, what's his name? Chris. Got that crazy ass tattoo wrapped around his body. We saw he did the nut bash one year.
Chris.
He's like the only dude on the planet to squat 1,000 pounds
I'm
for
gonna
two.
say
and
his
deadlift it
company's name, Chris Duffin. That's
Chris
it.
Duffin, yeah.
Chris Duffin.
I think he wears he goes barefoot most
Yeah,
places,
barefoot.
doesn't he? Mm-hmm. He also
And he had a
Like
fat
that,
foot too.
yeah he had
I think it's because he goes barefoot. He had like a Flintstone looking.
yeah,
foot.
it was like what are those the movies, the little people in Lord of the
Hobbits.
Rings, Hobbit
Yeah, Hobbit
feet, yeah,
foot.
but they were
But
like
he was
big,
not a
big
hobbit.
Hobbit feet, yeah.
Yeah, he was a big dude.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, maybe his feet have adapted.
they like
because
look
of
like
it.
mashed meat pads on the
Oh
ground.
my god, that's funny.
Yeah, but obviously it must pay off, or maybe it's just thousands of pounds that just flatten your feet like
Yeah,
that.
I think so.
Maybe like later in life he'll
Yeah.
probably pay for that, but
Well, he's definitely, not to dive into him too much, but he's definitely. I don't keep up with him, but he's definitely gotten smaller. I don't think he trains as much. He's built like he has like training equipment that he sells now. It's called
Was it
Kabuki.
Kabuki? Yeah.
So I think he's like focused on that, and I think he tore his hamstrings a bunch deadlifting all that weight and squatting.
Fuck that.
God,
You got to kind of hang it up.
He's
That's
thriving.
I know he's getting older too.
Yeah.
So
rough.
gotta hang it up sometime.
Well, let's break out the obvious. We got a guest on today.
We've been hinting that we're gonna have him for a long time.
I know every week
Once.
we would say, "Hey,
So,
next week."
Yeah, we're gonna have a guest.
All right, guys, next week. That's what keeps him coming back.
Yeah, you gotta keep him hanging on.
Adam from Pinnacle.
Yeah.
Obviously, Adriana, you're over there as well. I didn't give you a shout out though.
Yeah. She's behind the camera.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude.
We're excited to have you back.
Very, very. Wanted to definitely dive into some topics, at least myself, on some questions I had or things that were popping up around hormone optimization, life rejuvenation. What do you classify like your business or your work? What do you classify it as? Is it just optimization or
Yeah,
like,
health and wellness optimization.
yeah.
Health and wellness. Yeah, that's
Health
what I
and
would say.
wellness, yeah. Well, on the topic, and I ran into you earlier pre-show. We were talking. Adam and I ran into each other out and about in public. But I wanted to bring up a topic that I asked you about a while back via text or whatever. But I've seen a lot of stir about it, and I don't know if it's taken place yet. You would probably know better than me. It's not my forte, but the FDA cracking down a lot on peptides and probably some other class of prescription-based things as well. But what's going on with that and sort of why?
So in September, the FDA added a number of very popular peptides to the do not compound list. And there was a reason behind each one. Most of them basically just said there wasn't enough evidence to support that they were safe in humans, which, right. So So that was enacted and we have about a month left of access to them before they're gone.
Get your orders in now,
Right.
boys.
But some of it is, because there are a lot of good peptides on there.
Yeah.
AOD 9604, BPC 157 is the big one.
I definitely want to dive into
Getting
that.
rid of that? No kidding.
Yeah. 15 amino acid long peptide.
It's amino acids.
Right.
Yeah.
It's naturally occurring. Like,
That's crazy.
the FDA let Big Pharma run unchecked with opiates for 20 years and killed
Yeah.
millions of people, but now you're concerned about some short protein sequence that is naturally found in the body.
Yeah.
Right.
So, my personal opinion is the FDA has become a puppet for Big Pharma. And
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Big Pharma's not getting a cut of this.
they're not
So
getting
hold
it.
on to my pocket.
They're not
Yeah.
running their pockets. So,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
hold
all it
my
is. That's
fucking pocket.
fucked, man.
So,
Control.
BPC, CJC 1295, and epamorelin, dihexa.
What are some of those, like, I guess you don't have to dive deep dive of any of those, but what are some of those and what are some of the benefits of those? BPC, I know I've used it before myself, and I'm sure you have. But what are some of those other ones that you're listing off? Like, generally, what are they used for? Or like, what do you see them used for?
So, AOD 9604 is used for weight loss.
Okay.
You'll sometimes see it as like HGH fragment 168 through 191. And so it's just the part of the growth hormone peptide that is responsible for lipolysis for weight loss.
Got it.
And so in theory, you can get the weight loss benefits of growth hormone without things like increased insulin resistance and those kind of things.
Got it.
BPC is obviously a wonderful healing peptide. Tissue regeneration, whether it's bone, muscle, ligaments, cartilage, also helps with gastrointestinal health immensely because it was actually isolated from human gastric juice.
Yeah.
And so it's used a lot for GI health. CJC 1295 and epamorelin, those are growth hormone releasing peptides. The epamorelin one made me laugh because most of the explanation on the FDA's website was like, we don't have enough literature to support safety in humans. They're like, we're concerned about these compounding pharmacies. And I'm like, you mean the compounding pharmacies that you're overseeing?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And the epamorelin one said, a study has been published showing that people were getting negative side effects when epamorelin was injected intravenously. I'm like,
Why would it be?
well, don't fucking do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why, what's the point of that? Like,
You're ruining it for everybody else. Thank you.
yeah. I can take a fistful of aspirin tonight, but you're not going to go blame Bayer for it.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you could try.
Yeah. In this world, yeah.
Yeah. For real.
The biggest one, the one that upsets me, and it's because it's really the only one that we don't have any kind of even close replacement for, is dihexa.
Okay.
So dihexa was originally developed as an anti-dementia drug. It's a cognitive booster. It's neuroprotective, helps with like regrowth of neural connections in the brain. It's an amazing, amazing medication.
Yeah.
And that's the one that we don't really have a replacement for. Those are really the big ones. Epitalin's getting taken off the market, which not a whole lot of people use that one because it's very, very, very expensive. So it was cost prohibitive for most people.
Yeah.
But it helps with longevity, anti-aging. And so that one's getting pulled. DSIP is getting pulled, delta sleep-inducing peptide, which honestly, for clients that have used it, it's about 50% of our clients liked it, and 50% was just like, I didn't really notice a whole lot.
Yeah.
So there are, peptides around the corner that are coming that will be able to replace a lot of these.
I get it. Like there's
To an
always,
extent.
yeah, there's always like, I guess a cousin that is able to spawn off of those to where they change structure of some sort, and then it's able to come back for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Well, why such, or maybe you do know, maybe you don't know, but why such a big push all of a sudden, at least in my eyes, and what, like on these particular classes? Like, I feel like why all of a sudden in one big group? And why haven't they been picking these off maybe over time? Or do you know anything? Or is there a reason behind that?
I don't know anything for certain.
Yeah.
I heard something through someone else that had talked to an industry lawyer that dealt with pharmaceuticals directly, and he said the timing of this is largely Big Pharma's doing.
Yeah.
It was inevitable, I guess, that some of these peptides were going to get pulled. But again, just a couple of years ago, we didn't have half these peptides.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
So it's just kind of the game that we play.
Is it like, all right, they got to market these peptides, they started rolling because they obviously work. They start making money, and that puts them on the radar for FDA or Big Pharma. They're like, yo, these little guys are making way too much money with this shit. Let's go ahead and
Check
put
it
a
out,
damper
yeah.
on that. And let's
They
start.
want people to take Ozempic and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
People healing too fast gets rid of.
100%. Like, whoa, like there's way too much money being made over there, and obviously people enjoying it, or like, people
It
becoming
working.
fans of that shit. It's
Yeah.
working. So let's dampen that down
They
a
need
little
sick
bit.
people.
Yeah.
I saw just recently
Jeez.
that now people are starting to sue, like people taking Ozempic because they're having horrible health problems from it, and like now there's commercials popping up like if you've had any negative side effects or this and this happened to you because of it, like call us and we'll.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, that's only been out for
Yeah.
like such a short
People
amount of
going
time.
ODing on that shit. They're like, yo, let's
Yeah.
shred up, bro.
Try to get shredded.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Ozempic. Is it like an insulin mimetic or something like that?
It's a GLP-1 agonist.
Okay.
So glucagon like peptide 1. So it does a number of things. It slows gastric emptying, which helps you keeps you feeling fuller longer.
Yeah.
It also improves release of insulin from the pancreas, so it lowers your blood sugar, prevents the release of glucagon, which is insulin's counterpart.
Yeah.
It raises your blood sugar, because it was originally developed for diabetics.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
And so, but the weight loss effects were so pronounced that the FDA then reapproved it for use in weight loss. And that's
Yeah.
why, so Ozempic and Wegovy are actually the same exact medication. It's just Ozempic's the name brand for the diabetic side of it. Wegovy is when it was reapproved for
Gotcha.
use in weight loss.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
And what's kind of wild is like, well, I get it. Everybody wants a shortcut. Everybody wants a fucking easy route. Give me the pill, give me the shot, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, where's the thought process? And maybe I have such a simple brain. That's why I have this process in my head. Hey, if I start taking that, you kind of want it for forever if you're relying on
it's
it.
lifelong unless
what,
you make.
what habits are we changing
Yeah,
to like
you gotta
let
change
that
habits.
work for a little bit to where we can get ahead of the ball? And now that we're ahead of the ball, we're gonna get the fuck off of it and try and just like take
'Cause your
accountability for our
appetite's-
life, right?
Your appetite's gonna come back.
Yeah, or that, or like you're starting to lose weight, so let me eat a little bit more. Shit, I can
Yeah.
get by with even more bullshit food now.
It will crush your appetite.
Oh shit, okay.
It really will. And here's, so the
Like
one,
Adderall type,
Oh, it's like even when you're done taking
it will, yeah. So and you kind of hint on the benefit of it is it's a very strong appetite suppressant without resorting to some kind of stimulant, because that's always been
cracked
phentermine,
Yeah.
phentermetrazine. It's always been some kind of CNS stimulant that,
Yeah.
that is used in order to kill appetite. It works in a completely different way, which is good. The other thing that I love about the GLP-1 agonists is it helps reset your leptin sensitivity. So leptin's your satiety hormone. So you eat, and that's the signal to your brain saying, hey, I'm full, I'm satisfied, I'm good.
Yeah.
And what happens is, because of the way that most Americans eat, we become insulin resistant, but we also become leptin resistant. And so we have to eat more and more and more food in order for our stomachs to say, hey, we're good. And so it resets your leptin sensitivity. And so all of a sudden, like, we have clients that, will put down some food, and then they started taking some of these GLP-1 agonists, and they're like, I can't even finish a whole Chipotle bowl anymore.
shit.
So that's the cool thing, because in a way, that's the biggest difference between it and a lot of the other weight loss medications that we've seen is it forces you to make certain changes with your diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the prime example is, so my brother went to Australia sometime within the last year, and the biggest comment he made was about their portion sizes. They're so much smaller than ours.
Yeah.
But it makes perfect sense when you think about it, because they're not eating ungodly amounts of food. So they don't become leptin resistant. So they don't have to eat more and more and more in order to feel satisfied.
Yeah,
Right.
satiated. Jeez.
That's crazy.
But see,
The
but
American
here's
way.
the thing: whenever we do use the GLP-1 agonists, it's important for us to say, "Hey, you got to make sure you're drinking water. You got to make sure you're eating enough protein."
Yeah.
And that's what we're always asking people: like, are you eat? You know, because a lot of times, a lot of doctors will give somebody one of these GLP-1 agonists and just let them roll. And for a lot of people, you know, you can ramp up. Generally, we start with, you know, a super low dose and work up to the max dose, which is 2.4 milligrams a week. Most people don't need to be there to the point, because for most people, once you get past a certain point, you've killed their appetite to the point where they're not eating, and then their metabolism crashes, and then they feel like shit, and it's, you know, so you have to. You got to find that sweet spot.
Yeah.
So we try to help people find that sweet spot where they're still able to eat, but their cravings are controlled. They're working on resetting their resistance to leptin and to insulin, and so it's a fine balance of, you know, because if you get somebody that skips, if you crush their appetite to the point where they can't eat, you're going to cause a whole bunch of problems.
Oh, of course.
So
Yeah.
just as bad as if
they were just dealing with the problem to begin with, or like I guess there's what am I trying to look for? A give and take, like, or a threshold of where the weight scale, the sliding scale goes the opposite way.
Yeah.
You know, to where it just becomes
There's like a
almost
fine
like
line.
not contradiction, but like it becomes like it becomes like a negative effect. Yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
much, you know,
yeah.
right? I'm trying to think of a bigger word for that, but just negative effect.
Yeah.
BPC.
well, you know this.
What?
Your metabolism's like a steam engine.
Yeah.
Like you have to keep feeding it
Yes.
to keep that fire going. If all of a sudden you stop throwing wood in the fire,
Yeah.
it's going to burn out. And
Yeah.
most people don't realize that, because it's this whole, hey, if I stop eating for a couple days, like I lost 4 pounds. It's like, yeah, but your metabolism's crashing.
Right,
It
yeah.
just fell off a cliff. And it's the same thing with, I'm trying to get people to drink more water. And they're like, but I'm up 3 pounds. I'm like, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, I feel bloated. I'm peeing every 5. Just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden one day they drop like
Holy
9 pounds
shit.
at once. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Holy shit. That's the
Thank
biggest
you.
thing, man. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because water, people overlook that. Like, water is just a bodily functioning, like a thing that
Your body
nutrient
needs
or
it.
whatever. Like, our bodies are made of it, our guts are made of it, our brain's made of it. Like,
Everything.
what do you
Yeah.
think if you're not going to drink it? Like, what do you think your body's doing?
No, I
Like,
work.
It's doing great, you know, what the fuck?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to work with a lady, and she never, ever drinks water. She only drinks
Yeah, I'm allergic
Pepsi.
to it.
She only drinks Pepsi, and she's a larger woman. But like I swear, she jokes about it. She's like, it's in my veins now. Like everything is Pepsi, and I'm like, how are you still alive? Like I
I've
don't
worked with
understand.
guys like
A
that.
couple
You know, I'm
sodies.
in the,
Yeah.
the trades, and there's guys that drink Mountain Dews,
Big
and,
gulps.
and sodas all day long.
And
Yeah.
like the full
No
leaded ones
water.
too, right?
It's wild.
Like sugar.
Oh yeah,
Full.
Yeah, no,
I
there's
love
there's
water. I
diet
can't imagine not
Mountain
drinking
Dew,
it.
Diet Pepsi or whatever.
There's some people that are like,
They
I don't
go
like the
hard.
taste of it, and I'm like, that's crazy to me. But
Yeah,
there's
like-
things you can put in, and I guess put some lemon water or lemon juice in it.
One of my clients that I used to work with, I don't work with her anymore. This is years ago. She was like, yeah, I just can't drink it. Just can't drink
Yeah,
it. It's like, what the fuck do you drink then?
I know, right?
Oh, shit. She had lots of tea and shit like that, like flavored shit. But I was like, you just can't drink water. Just can't do it. So all right, well,
Is
what
it is it the I guess like
I don't
the
remember.
flavor?
I was done with her pretty much.
Well,
after.
yeah,
I was like, all right,
yeah.
you're crazy. Go away from
I
me.
know, it's wild. Maybe
You
they
can't be
just,
saved.
Were they not taught to do that? I don't know. Like my parents always made us drink water, but I enjoy it, so I don't know.
The thing that sucks, and I don't want to get too far on a tangent outside of the FDA and all that stuff, but like nobody's born not liking water. Nobody's born usually overweight or fat. It's all like, and it's sad, but it's how you're raised. You know, like it's your upbringing. It's like, all right, well, most likely, you're fat because of your genetic habits, not
Yeah.
your genetics.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, usually if you see a larger child, their parents are larger
Yeah.
as well.
Most people probably just didn't drink water when you were growing up, or you were just fed something else, or given something else to drink, and most likely
Yeah.
that's why you avoid the other shit, or that's why you have a certain way of living. It's because of that.
Yeah.
Which is, it is what it is, but it sucks if you had those cards because you don't know any better.
Right. Yeah.
So it's sad to see. But I wanted to chat about BPC because you you don't have to explain it too much if you did or didn't or whatever. Confidential. But BPC, did you use that for any of your recent injuries to recover from?
Oh yeah, I have. So I have my.
I remember your
see
hand,
the
right?
giant scar on my thumb. I had my
dang.
thumb reconstructed.
Whoa.
Yeah, playing soccer with 12-year-olds. Got tripped from behind and came down on my thumb like this, and
Oh,
so I broke it 3 times in college playing football anyway. So it was already.
yeah.
But as soon as it happened, I was like, yeah, it's bad, and
Oh,
it
my
looked like a
God.
balloon the next day, and it never healed, and finally went to the hand surgeon. And he was like, yeah, you tore 2 ligaments off and they folded underneath and they're stuck under this muscle right here. And so we got to go dig them out and stretch them back out and reattach them.
Jeez.
So that helped immensely. And then I had, you can see the scar,
Oh, on the shoulder. Yeah.
Oh,
Rotator
yeah,
cuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
rotator cuff, and they took out a bone spur the size of a golf ball.
Jeez.
That one was funny because I started that right away. The first night, the day of surgery, I didn't sleep at all. Like, I was in so much pain. It was horrible. And then the next day I started BPC and TB500, sometimes more commonly referred to as thymosin beta 4. And just the anti-inflammatory effects from it, I slept like 5 or 6 hours the next night.
The anti-inflammatory from the TB500?
Both of them have some
okay.
anti-inflammatory properties. TB500 more so than
Got
BPC. But I went back for a week checkup, and the doctor looked at me and he's like, "What are you doing? Like, how are you healing this fast?"
Superman.
So, because I had full range of motion back like within a week,
Yeah, that's wild.
not pain free, but
Yeah.
just to have open surgery and
Yeah.
all of a sudden
Yeah.
be
I
back
believe
like
it,
that.
though. I believe it.
So yeah, it's we have we have rugby players that have torn their ACL a couple times.
Yeah.
We have I can't tell you how many people have benefited from the healing properties
What
of
the
it.
fuck
Did you
is
tell the
going on?
surgeon?
Yeah,
He's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
yeah. He's like, oh, okay, because a lot of doctors have heard of it or kind
Yeah,
of know
I'm sure
about
I
it.
was
They
gonna
don't
say,
even
I feel
fuck
like
with
they
it.
should.
Yeah.
They
I'd
should.
just say probably rehab. Here's some painkillers and
Yeah,
holler
take
at me
some
if you need anything. You know, most. I mean, I'm not saying you're a doctor, but like most, it seems like
Yeah.
here's some painkillers, and start
Yeah,
rehabbing in about
yeah,
4 to
that's
6 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, kick rocks. Mm-hmm. Geez, when you could be speeding. I think since you already have the fundamentals covered, you take care of your health, your body. I'm sure you eat good, nutritious foods or somewhat. You care about what you eat, put into your body. So like adding that to the recovery of a surgery, why not? But maybe like some of these other people, the average folk, aren't probably helping themselves with recovery in general because they aren't even covering the basics to begin with. They weren't taking care of their body beforehand. They still probably aren't caring about what fuels or nutrition they're bringing into their body that would help potentially with recovery and recovery time.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, why even give them the drug?
A lot of people don't like do PT or anything. They don't. They
Well,
just,
that too.
Like Carol did. She only did PT for like a short time after
I mean,
that.
some people
car
don't need
accident she
it.
got
It's
in.
normally hard and it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's painful.
It's usually like boring because you're like, oh, we're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's usually like, painful or just boring.
Painful, boring, or you get really frustrated with not being able to do shit you used to be able
Yeah,
to
that
do.
too.
Yeah.
That too.
I've never had anything like that, so I don't know. But
But it's wild that there's such. I have personal experience with BPC 1572, not TB 500, but I just remember I separated my shoulder from a bike wreck and couldn't move. I couldn't take my own shirt off. I'd have to get my wife to help take my shirt off every night, and it was just a dead arm, useless arm. And saw the orthopedic, and he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna need to give it probably another month before it probably starts moving around." And that's when I went and picked up some BPC and started taking it. And I was like, "Oh, this is bullshit, man. This little tiny bit of juice that I'm squirting into that shoulder, that's gonna do something? What the hell?" So did it one day, no result. Day 2, really no result. And then took it day 3. I remember like day 3 to day 4. Woke up and it was painful. When I separated my right shoulder, I was sleeping on my left, obviously.
yeah.
And that morning I'd woken up on my left and I sleep on the right side of the bed. I would turn over and I pushed off the bed with my arm without thinking. I was like, oh shit.
I
just
what
use
did
my
I
arm.
just do? Yeah.
It didn't hurt.
And then, and then by day 4, literally was already doing this, like body weight, just lifting it up to my side, which
Yeah.
and like 3 weeks ago I couldn't even move my arm, like literally a dead extremity. Yeah, and then within weeks later, I was already back hundreds of pounds over my
wild.
head. Yeah, and ever since this shoulder's been stronger than the left. Dead serious.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. It's holy water.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. We have a client in North Carolina who tore his pec.
Yeah.
And for all intents and purposes, it should have ended his lifting career. Like hands down, like not one of those. Oh, he tweaked
like a slight tear or something.
Like saw the surgeon the very next day, kind of thing. Yeah. And within I want to say 6-9 months, something like that, he was benching again.
Damn.
So
I feel like the PTSD from that, feeling that pec tear like that.
Yeah.
Cannot.
I think that would be the hardest thing is the mental side of things. We have a client I just talked to who tore his bicep. And I'm like, I feel like the hardest, the last 10% of that would be the mental.
Just waiting for that crunch one more time.
I've thought about the pec thing, and I think I compare it to a chicken breast, a raw one, and you got to like rip it a little bit, and you feel those fibers like ripping.
Yeah. That's so disgusting.
You almost hear it too. It's got that like watery like.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, okay. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Dude, I hate watching the videos with the guys do the over/under deadlifts and
they snap
that under. And you hear it, you hear it, and then you
see it just shoot up. No thanks.
And it's an awful crunching sound, dude. It's
God. Disgusting.
Makes me sweat thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I've been fortunate. I haven't really been injured in the gym. I've tweaked some things, but never. Maybe I just don't lift heavy enough, but and probably from watching some videos like that, I just don't go balls out anymore.
Yeah.
But holy shit, man.
Well, there's a reason why, and I used to be somebody that always just wanted to lift heavy.
Yeah.
But the biggest comparison is Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Because, they were both legendary bodybuilders. Ronnie was all about putting 900 pounds on his back.
One's still walking and one's not.
Jay looks phenomenal because Jay was all about hypertrophy and, high rep stuff. And there's a reason why Ronnie's, walking around with screws and bolts in his back, and Jay looks like he's living his best life, man. Such a monumental difference for two guys that were both on top of the game. Yeah.
That is really sad. That's terrifying.
His documentary was just sad to watch.
Oh yeah, that was, man.
That was a few years ago, and he's even looks like he's even worse now.
Yeah, it's like he'll get a surgery and then like start making a little comeback, and then it's like not. Or like not a comeback as in like bodybuilding, it's like coming back to normal kind of. It's like no, he's still got the arm things going on, and what do you call them? Arm crutches.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Well, fortunately, he's doing well. Like he's still got like a killer business. I think he's probably doing.
That's good.
Doing well, so he's probably taken care of.
Hope so. Not all for nothing.
Yeah, right. He's got like 12 kids or some shit too. I don't know if y'all seen that. Yeah, he's got like. I think most of her daughters are like girls too. He's got a ton, I think. I think he's got like, not 12, but a lot.
That kind of fertility while being on that much gear is impressive.
Right? I'm pretty sure, he's got like, I'll look it up now. I'm pretty sure he does have like at least 6 to 9 kids, somewhere around that area.
I mean,
that's wild.
He is a legend, but man.
Is it all the same woman?
Legend in baby making too. Huh?
So is it all the same woman?
Ronnie.
That's 9 babies. Oh, that's a
He
lot.
was one kid for each Olympia he won.
And named them all.
I can't imagine being pregnant for like 15 years straight.
Kid.
To have that many children, you'd have to be pregnant like every year of your life. That's crazy.
He's a father of 8 daughters.
Damn, he couldn't even get one.
Holy
boy.
Shit.
That's wild.
He was like, all right, the next one's going to be a boy.
Yeah.
He's like, no, all right, the next one.
I know, like, I know families that do
it.
that. They're like, well, we're going to try one more time. All right, another time.
Surrounded by estrogen.
Yeah. Oh, man,
Damn.
that's a lot. Too much for me.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But also, speaking of, like, I have clients and just people around that are, like, scared of not lifting heavy, but going heavier with some of their lifts. You know, deep down, everybody, especially newer, can be unsure or not as confident with a lift, especially a compound one like a deadlift, squat, or bench. And, you know, sometimes avoiding going heavier sometimes can, as you're saying, weak things break. So, like, if you aren't training some of those heavier movements, not balls out, you know, 1 rep maxing, but, you know, going somewhat to a intensity or a rep range, a weight range that you can sort of strengthen, stimulate growth, but also obviously be safe. At least in my opinion, I think you're doing a disservice to yourself to not strengthen some of those areas, and lift heavy-ish.
Well,
But
I think that
there is
might
a
be
balance
like
with hypertrophy
a
too.
lack of education of it or knowledge of it.
for sure.
Because some people, it's intimidating, especially if you go work out by yourself and you're new and you're like, I'm not doing that. Like,
Well, I get it. I'm sure back when I first started lifting, I probably avoided a lot of bigger movements and would stay on the machines and whatnot.
yeah.
But, for anybody that is listening to this that's newer, definitely don't be scared to dive into those things and learn. Because, if you don't train a certain movement, you'll never get better at it. You'll never get stronger at it.
Learn how to move correctly first before you start.
Yeah,
hitting.
work on
Yeah.
your technique first. Don't try to
Such a huge part
hang
of
with the
everything.
big guys in the
Hey,
gym. or
bitch,
big
just throw some
girls.
weight on it.
It's funny. I was thinking about that. So it was a moment this week, and I was so incredibly proud. So our oldest is a freshman in high school, and he came to the gym with me, and he went set for set with me and followed. But the thing that impressed me, and I didn't say a word to him, was we were doing like cable cross leg chest flies, and he was doing it, and then he stopped and he lowered the weight like, that's too heavy, and I was like, I'm so proud of you right now.
It's awareness.
Yeah.
Because at that age, it's just
Egos.
Yeah.
ego lifting. Like that's, everybody wants to, I lifted this, I lifted that.
Yeah.
And so without me saying a word to him, he lowered it and was like, that's too heavy. I'm like, yes, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to do that
I'm
sometimes.
so proud of
too,
you
'cause
right
I'm
now.
like, I can't.
Example, for real, it's probably from y'all. Y'all probably either said it out loud or he's watched y'all enough, or hopefully maybe just YouTube in general, or whatever social media nowadays. But I'm sure watching y'all or hearing y'all talk about it, I'm sure it's bleeding off on them.
I hope so.
I'm sure he has much more education than I did when I first started working out. I had neither one of my parents worked out growing up, so I didn't know anything. I mean, your dad worked out, didn't he? He used to work out.
I don't really remember.
I don't think so. I think
I thought he used
before
to go
us
to the
he used
gym.
to, but yeah, well, he started going again once we were older,
Oh.
and he'd camp out on that cable machine.
Stu used to
my
look
bad.
good,
Just do
I
curls
thought.
all day.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that matters.
Curls a bad form in the squat rack, like
Yeah.
breaking
No,
every
Stu.
Jimson there is.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Jeez. But, so big push on the peptides and whatnot, which is a sad thing because it seems like there's so many benefits, especially for the BPC, that I could speak for. It's crazy to see. Even with supplements, that's the name of the game, as ingredients get pulled left and right that do work,
Yeah.
but they aren't really seeing enough either naturally sourced, whether it is considered a dietary supplement or they consider it now a pharmaceutical. And I think that's even more than stimulants. Like they're doing that with some things like one that was recently during COVID that helped with just left my brain. It was a 3-letter acronym, I believe.
A stimulant? Is that
No,
what you said?
this was for had helped with either your lungs or something of that sort, maybe even your brain. I don't remember the acronym either, so I would go look it up.
All right.
It just left. But it's sad and also scary that once things started working, that they do find their way out.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a whole list of things that used to be in supplements that we love.
Yeah.
That, or no, DMAA, DMHA, like.
I remember you guys had to change All or Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of
many
those things where
times.
you find a good pre-workout and you're like, shit, this is gonna be
Yeah, get
this
as
is gonna
many as
last
you
like
can.
6 months and then it's gonna
this
get
won't,
old.
this won't last long.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Get 'em
too
while
good
they're
to be
hot.
true, and it just makes everything sort of blend together.
Yeah.
All of them look the same, which it is what it is. That's kind of the way it's been since the beginning, but definitely even more bland now, and you're just buying off of more so a label and like a brand now, which is cool, but you really aren't getting a whole difference range of like, oh, this has got
Yeah.
different this, different that. You can't find that in this. Most of them all have the same. It's usually just maybe a little different dosing and whatnot now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm always reading and looking for, the ones that are different, that have
Yeah.
something different.
Yeah.
What's the new one I was looking at? Pre-Gym X has creatine hydrochloride in it, which most of them don't. Most of them it's monohydrate.
Yeah, monohydrate.
Now, the nice thing is we've gotten away from the proprietary blends, which I think that's after a while, like that was consumers putting pressure on people to get like, hey, if you need to share what's in this or we're not.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we deserve to know.
Because all of a sudden, certain companies were like, hey, this is what's in it. And so all the ones that had proprietary blends, you're like, well, I know what's in this one. Like I'm not.
Yeah. I'm gonna take but I feel like that's how now people are becoming wiser too of like foods and stuff like that.
Everybody wants transparency.
Yeah.
Even though like
some people don't care because it's cheaper, faster, easier, but
of course, but I think even if it's not something that was grand scheme scale of ingredient or whatever, they just like knowing that, oh, I know what's in it now, even though I don't know what the hell any of that is.
Yeah.
The marketing fact of being like, oh, it's transparent, so I know exactly what's in it.
Like I just bought this sauce or whatever to use to cook chicken, and I was looking at the ingredients. I was like, I know every single thing that's in this. Like that's really refreshing because a lot of things aren't like that
It was
anymore.
good too, whatever it was.
I know it was really good, but it's kind of sad when you're like, I don't even know how to pronounce some of the things and it's like this long of ingredients, and it's like, but it's only 10 calories, and you're like, well, is it worth it? I don't know.
That is kind of crazy. Usually, like if you're finding something and it's lower calorie or like I don't put like a diet term on it, but it's like a diet version of something. The ingredient list somehow expands like triple the amount.
It's cheaper even though there's more stuff in it. It's like, shouldn't it be cheaper for less things?
You get you find the stuff that is it's 6 ingredients. It's granola. It's got 6 ingredients. You know what all of them are, and it's like $9 a bag.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it has like this many ingredients in it, and it's like a quarter of the price. And it's like, how is this possible? I don't understand.
Well, when you use all those fillers, you don't have to use as much real product.
You're right. Shit. I'm trying to make some money.
The government wants everybody fat.
I remember seeing a list of like restaurants, fast food restaurants that use like 100% real chicken, and there was only like 5 restaurants long. It was like Raising Cane's, Chick-fil-A. I don't remember what the other ones were, but
That's so sad.
you're right. Mystery meat.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, like isn't Taco Bell like grade A meat now too? Like ever since
Yeah, because they got called out for it.
Yeah, years ago they were called out for having like grade F meat.
That's
I thought I was told
It's like Taco Bell meat is actually not it's not meat at all, and then they like got a lot of
but I heard
backlash.
like, it was like top tier like Chick-fil-A.
I think Chipotle got in a lot of trouble too. I think that was with their lettuce though, or something.
They're always giving out the salmonella.
Oh, yeah.
Poor
Salmonella.
They got it.
Chipotle.
I still go though.
I like Chipotle.
I like Chipotle
They
too.
literally just opened one like almost within walking distance of us.
Oh, that's so nice.
I like that.
Yeah, I can see what they're putting in it. Like I just have a better feeling, like I'm eating better, even though it's faster, quicker food.
That's kind of crazy to think about it. Like, there's not as many options. Obviously, places like McDonald's, which is a different, I guess, a different bracket than I'd say Chipotle, or a different model for sure. But like, how many different SKUs or different variants that like a McDonald's has or a Taco Bell has? But Chipotle, they got like 6 things.
Yeah.
And I think the simplicity of it, like you said, and also you can see it.
Yeah.
Simplicity. You don't have many options. Just
You
like
can
you
add
want
more
this,
of something
do
if you want
that?
it. Yeah.
Do you want this or do you want that? You want A or B? A or B? A or B? It's like, oh shit! It's so simple and frictionless. I think that's why one of the parts of why it does crush too.
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
'cause
they
it's stupid simple.
did.
Yeah.
They're doing the thing.
It's nice too. Like
did it well.
you pay for the meat basically, so it's
Yeah.
like you can have as much different types of toppings, or like if you want more tomatoes or if you want more less, whatever. Like you
Yeah.
just tell them and you can get it customized. So
Damn. I like
Chipotle
that.
sponsor me.
Yeah, right. I like that hot sauce.
I don't like the hot; it's too spicy.
Oh yeah.
I typically get the medium just because.
Medium.
It's the green one.
I don't want that shit.
Oh damn!
He said, speaking of hot sauce, my shit running.
No, speaking of hot sauce, I bought the last dab from Hot Ones. Have you seen Hot Ones
I've
on
seen
YouTube?
I have seen hot ones.
So the last
I
dab.
wouldn't fuck with anything on that probably.
I bought it just because I was curious.
Yeah, like for the.
It is nothing
Fact.
but pain.
Is it just hot sauce? Like what?
Yeah, but it's got 2.3 million Scoville units, which is. I mean,
ghost
it's
peppers.
It's
or
about to
whatever,
combust,
no,
probably.
so it's hotter than like Ghost Pepper, Carolina Reaper, and then it's
Yeah, the Reaper. Yeah.
Pepper X is the It's this guy. I think he's in South Carolina. Ed something. He's
Yeah.
the mastermind behind all. Like he's the one that
Like
cross.
genetically modified
Yeah, he
this
crossbreeds these peppers,
Oh
and
my god.
and it was horrible.
That's just
Satan's
painful.
taint.
Well,
Like, I put
had,
a
like, the
drop.
one chip
Yeah.
challenge
was,
or whatever.
Like,
The chip, the
did
chip.
Pocky
Did
one
chip-
chip challenge.
What,
Yeah.
do I look like somebody that would do the chip?
Dude, she
I
can't
can't
even do
take mild
from
salsa.
Hangry Joe's, man.
Yeah. We should crush one up and like powder it into like a meal
would
and hey, here's
die.
a scoop.
But apparently, like a 13-year-old kid like took it and died or
Oh, sure.
something.
You'd
And
probably
I did
die.
see that. Yeah.
yeah, but then they also didn't say if the kid had any other like, because it says on the packaging like if you have respiratory
If you're fucked
issues,
up, don't eat
whatever,
this.
like don't do it. And I think like they said that they didn't feel well, and the parent was like, "You're fine." I don't think they even went to the doctor.
It's still kind of wild. I know I'm going dummy for a second. That something like that can fuck you up,
Oh,
yeah.
right? Like even just thinking of like the natural pepper. It's like, how does that fuck everybody up?
I also don't know if like they could have been allergic to something the chip had. I don't know.
Yeah. What's
There's
the
no
mechanism?
information about it.
Yeah, like what makes? How does
Like,
that work?
why does that like?
Like Austin
Effect.
is so he doesn't understand like why the smallest amount of heat affects me, but he is not affected by it. Like why do we differ in people even though it's the same product that we're eating?
For sure.
Taste buds, probably.
Taste buds, yeah.
Something about I don't know. They call me a sissy all the time.
That
which
too.
is fine.
She is.
Well, I know they use like capsaicin extract they add it to paint that they paint the holes of ships with because barnacles and shit won't stick to it because
You
it's.
don't like that shit? Damn.
Fuck.
So yeah, the Hot Ones last dab was.
Dude, yeah, anything off that show.
Do not
But
recommend.
feel
no,
like
but
it's
so
just
I bought
too
some of the
hot.
like the
The lower
ones
end?
early in,
Yeah.
and there was one that was really good. It was
Good
like
flavor.
it had a bunch of tropical flavors like pineapple, mango,
yeah.
and then like Scotch bonnet peppers. It was really really good. So
What are you putting that on? You just dipping shit in there? Or you like glazing something? Or
chicken
what?
and rice
Chicken
and
rice? Okay.
whatever.
Oh, so you just popping it on top. Gotcha.
I
didn't
feel like once it
doing
affects
wings.
the flavor, like if the flavor's not good or if it affects the flavor because it's too hot, then I'm out. I can't.
All the other ones that I bought besides that last dab one all have terrific flavor, a little bit of heat, not too bad.
Yeah.
Like the Hot Ones, there's like a chili maple that's really good.
Ooh, that sounds really good. Hot and
Mm-hmm.
sweet.
And it's just enough heat that it's enjoyable, but it still has a bunch of flavor to it.
I'd probably
Yeah.
cry.
She couldn't handle.
Well, we
Be
went to
snot drooling.
we went to
Fucking
Torchy's Tacos.
love tortillas
Ah.
tacos.
The whatever the Caribbean one is.
I haven't had it.
It's wild because it has such like the flavor of it is so deep. There's so many different flavors, and it's really really enjoyable. And then all of a sudden, it just like reaches out and smacks you across the face. You're like,
God.
what the fuck was
Yeah.
that?
Wow.
Like. It was. I mean, it was good. You're like, okay, I'll take another bite.
Yeah,
of
let me
that.
get that hurt.
See,
Give
I'm
me another.
I really like wasabi a very small amount, but I like it because it's hot right at first and then it's gone. Like it doesn't linger.
Yeah, it goes away quick.
Yeah, like I love the flavor of buffalo, which is why I like that kind of stuff. But it lingers a little too long, which is why I have to add ranch, which makes it unhealthy. But that's the only way I can eat it and enjoy it. But I do like that's why I like wasabi because it's just that quick heat and then it's gone.
You just need a little milk to sip on.
Then
Bite
it fills me up.
milk.
I
Damn.
don't need no milk, okay?
Yeah.
I'm a grown woman.
Need that raw milk. Y'all find raw milk yet?
No, I have looked in the grocery stores for it, but I can't find it. I think
Y'all
it is
do
like,
raw milk? You do milk at all? I don't do milk. at all
Almond
either.
milk.
Almond milk, yeah, that's what I do. Or like, what's that other shit?
oat milk.
Oat milk, yeah.
Yeah.
Oat milk.
I remember going to Nashville like it was years ago, but it was like when oat milk was like first coming popular.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tried it, but it wasn't really for me. But it's like very thick and creamy, but it's
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. I would rather have almond milk if I was gonna have
Yeah,
something
almond
that
milk.
wasn't milk.
I like them both.
But yeah, we talked about it on the other podcasts about how it's like jam packed full of like nutrients and stuff like raw milk is, and it doesn't have all of like the preservatives and everything else that they pump into milk.
Yeah.
Because we always get whole milk for the baby now, but so I just use that in my coffee. But I'm sure it has so much crap in it. I should be drinking, but that is what it is. I'll probably go back to almond milk, but when she's not drinking it.
Yeah.
But Do you want to start talking about some of my stuff?
Oh, yeah, I didn't know if you had just the foot thing,
No,
the
she's
foot,
got-
weird foot thing going on.
I got
Oh
pages.
shit!
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
dive
we
in.
haven't had a podcast in a couple weeks.
Yeah, let's
so,
go. Give us one.
Well,
Heater.
last time we haven't. Well, I just want to touch on the fact that last time we had a podcast, Toby Keith died.
Shit.
So yeah, I'll take a sip for him.
Should have been a cowboy.
Yeah,
Legend.
that was really
Y'all
great.
listen to country?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
I also didn't realize that he had, like, I'd seen him do an interview not recently, obviously, but like within last year, and he looked really small, and I was like, he's not aging well. But I had no idea that he had cancer.
Yeah,
And
he
then
was fighting cancer for a while, I thought.
yeah, since 2022, I think. But poor guy. That makes me really sad.
Especially the stomach
Yeah,
cancer, right?
I think it
That's
was
what
stomach cancer.
It's like, fuck, you could only imagine, like, if that hurt and you don't feel like eating because it hurts. You know, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
have stomach cancer. Hope not.
Yeah,
You don't look like it.
So
I
hope
know,
not.
but your dad has had 2 types of cancer, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Has
get
he?
tested.
Yeah, two kinds.
Yeah, he had colon cancer, and then he had. I think the cancer he has now is like in his blood.
That's probably because he let the
I
other
don't
shit roll on too deep.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
And he
what
drinks
he's got
a
now. He doesn't talk about
gallon of
it.
whiskey.
And won't answer questions,
Yeah.
so I stopped asking.
Well, he doesn't know because he goes in the hospital and the doctors talk to him, and he
fucking retarded.
instantly forgets. Like he forgets everything.
Yeah.
So he always has to have somebody with him so that they can tell him.
But there's no responsible adults to go with him anymore. So.
No, yeah.
But anyways.
Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, he was great.
RIP.
He was.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, like any summer song, like sitting by the water, like that. I feel like Toby Keith was like always such a good play.
Just nostalgic.
Yeah.
You crank on any of them, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I
like
remember-
right
I
after
remember-
9/11 and
Yeah.
he Proud to Be an American. Oh man, that shit
Yeah.
The
slapped.
Taliban song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Courtesy of the red, white, and blue. You know.
Oh man,
yeah.
I mean, like any 4th of July, Toby Keith is getting played, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a sad day. Okay, we can talk about. I put on here like the burpee challenge that we're doing right now,
Ooh.
but we can talk about it now, or we can
I
talk about
popped
it.
off 150 last night because I'm way behind.
I did 100, but
Sounds
then,
like it. You did
I-
100?
yeah. Well, we've been like, if we skip a day, we just do 100.
Yeah.
And he was like, I feel like we should do 100 burpees every single day. And I was like, calm down. But like, I just have to do the 50 for today.
Yeah.
I'm all caught up.
Yeah.
But
Good for you.
I'm still behind.
he's behind.
Damn, son,
100
you in
behind.
debt.
So
Yeah.
I should do 150 tonight.
got
It's
a
not
week.
gonna happen.
You got a week to build up.
Yeah. So, I'm getting them done.
Yeah,
Eventually.
He's like, I need to do 100 a day. I just cause like, fuck this challenge. I'm just going to do it because. And then he's like, I'm going to skip about 4 days. Oh, now I have to do 200 burpees.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got lost and
Yeah.
You don't even do 50 in a day.
Damn.
Yeah.
think
But that's a really good. What are you going to keep the next month a surprise?
Oh yeah. So like every
March is
month,
my birthday month, so
give me some ideas. What do you want?
we'll see.
Well,
I'm glad the running.
What am I
part's
missing
over.
out on?
I know you need to start tagging him in them.
I will. Are you? Which one of y'all runs the social media for Pinnacle?
Honestly, neither of us.
Who?
We
pay
got
somebody?
we got a guy down in North Carolina.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he's a wizard. So, but I mean, she constantly monitors it for
Yeah. Okay.
comments and questions
Well,
and,
then you can sell.
and things like that.
You guys can get in it too.
100%. Well, you've got a social media,
Yeah,
so why don't you just don't want to get on? No, you good? All right.
I mean, honestly,
You
good for you.
Come on in. Come on, join in, man.
I'm good.
Get on that
Look
thing.
at
dude.
you.
I'll tag you. I'll see what's up. I'll send you DMs.
Oh my god.
Come on, man. I'll follow you back.
Anyways,
You
each-
never had. And we don't have to dig into it too much, but you never had social media. at
Oh
all?
no, yeah.
Okay,
That,
okay.
we actually met on Instagram. Believe it or not.
Oh.
oh, DMs.
Yeah.
And after that, he's like,
it's
all
from
right,
the
done deal.
DMs.
Delete.
Got what I needed out of it.
Yeah.
So
Got
funny.
it. Done.
Yeah, she did because she did 2 bikini shows, and her
Yeah.
her coach was actually an old teammate of mine.
Okay.
So he was
Oh, that's
posting
right, yeah.
posting check-ins, and I was like, "Oh my god,
Who is that?
Yeah.
And that was it. I sent her a message and said, "I like your shoes," and that was it.
That's the way to go.
Shoe show.
Yeah, I like the shoes.
Yeah. He's
Every
like,
every
she's
other guy says whatever else. Shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
my
different.
Okay, well,
Nicely done.
January he did one where everybody was supposed to run a mile every day.
Or you could run or walk.
Run or walk.
Because I have some clients, and it's more so I did this sort of challenge for my online coaching group or my in-person clients too, to sort of start the new year off with setting some type of daily action or movement for them to have to complete. You know, because a lot of them would bitch about not having time for working out or getting any type of movement in, extra cardio, which I don't make many people do cardio at all, but just getting any type of activity in. It's like, all right, well, let me put a challenge behind it, make it a competition, because most people are competitive at heart, especially in my app. There's a leaderboard. So like there's a third place, second place, first place. So like people every day can check in and be like, all right, well, who's up front, who's in the back, where am I at?
Really?
Probably at the bottom. Yep.
He's a part of it and doesn't know that.
Yep. It's under the challenges tab.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I kicked off the first of the year with the daily deposit of 1 mile a day, whether you walk, ran it, whatever. It just had to be completed before you go to bed. And most people can walk a mile. I don't know how many steps that is, but it's not that many. Mm-hmm. I mean, unless you're like 500 pounds, then it's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
But if you can't walk a mile, you got a lot of shit to work on.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start with other challenges.
Yeah, we're going to have a challenge of just getting out of bed. But anyways, that went so well. I was like, all right, well, let's run it into February, and let me start off a new challenge. And for myself, not that I'm anything, but like a mile was just very... It was not physical for me. It was more so mental, because next thing you know, just like my clients, I would come up with the excuse of like, damn, today's been busy. I should have ran earlier. I should have did my mile earlier during the middle of my day when I had a little hour break. And next thing you know, it's like 8:30 at night. I could push it off and just not do it. But I was like, how can I be the example or be the leader if I'm not going to follow through and do it? So like more so some days it's just like, fuck, dude.
It keeps you accountable though.
It does, because if you do, even though it may not be your goal to run a mile or walk it, whatever, you taking action on yourself and making a self-investment of some sorts does create some type of internal like positive momentum or self-talk that you're like, oh damn, I just did something for myself. Let me go eat. Let me not eat that shit, and let me maybe eat this instead. 'Cause I just did something for myself.
Or just like this is probably another problem of myself or flaw, but I also don't want people to think I'm a loser because I didn't do it that day after I posted every other day. So that's what I like. It fuels me to do it, because I'm like, damn, I don't want people to like see that I didn't finish.
And I have right now I do have a wide range of people. Like I have clients as old as like 63 and clients as young as maybe in their early 20s. And there's a lot of competition and shit talking that goes on the back end outside of the group.
That's funny.
Then when they come in, they're like, yo, I'm busting them up. Yo, fuck them.
Yeah.
Like
No shit,
straight up,
really?
yeah. Like when I see them, I'm like, oh shit.
That's
I didn't
good.
realize there was this much competition behind it.
I like
it's just
it.
a fucking burpee.
I wonder, I'm like,
But-
is anybody else doing them besides Austin and I? Because like I feel like and like I know that Jake does them because I can see it when he's home. But like obviously he skips a few days, and I'm like, is anybody else doing them like every single day?
If he pulls up the app, you'll be able to look in the group.
I think you can check in like every day and see what you do.
Yeah, you
Or,
can
like,
check in.
Say if you did your daily deposit, but
Yeah,
I
but-
never.
If you go into the app, there's like a group chat. And if you go into that Gym Flow group chat, you'll see like everybody's activity for the day, what they did, what they ate. Not all the details. Some people can adjust their
whatever
settings,
they put
whatever
in.
they allow.
Yeah.
But you'll see who did what for the day. And usually they trickle through. Some people are cranking them out at 5 in the morning. Some people cranking them out at 9 at night.
I mean, one time we did a podcast, and I think you got home probably at 10 o'clock at night, and you were like, fuck, I still have to run.
Yeah.
And he
So
ran
literally,
a mile.
I ran in jeans. I think you commented on it. He's like, you're running in jeans?
So you're gonna grow a mullet next?
If I could, man. Damn. A Toby Keith mullet.
Yeah, dude, I know he had a great hair, great curly
yeah.
mullet. God,
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Kentucky waterfall.
So yeah, that's something that I've been trying to incorporate with my little group that I have, and some other people do it outside of it, but not many. But
So this month is burpees. 50 burpees a day.
50 burpees a day.
So if you miss, you got to do 100 the next day.
Yes, but you shouldn't miss.
You shouldn't miss, and that is a
Don't
true
be
statement.
like Jake.
Don't be like me. Dude, I was huffing and puffing last
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
there's a big difference between 50 burpees and 100 burpees in
Yeah.
a day, especially
I
when
will
you do them
say,
back to back.
I'm not like a burpee guy at all.
Fuck a burpee. Fuck a burpee.
I have gotten better at them, or they've gotten like more fluid, but there's something about them. As long as I'm not doing it immediately after a chest day, I did after a big push day the other day. My arms were just smoked. I was
Yeah.
miserable. But outside of that, I don't know. It's something about it. It's almost like an endorphin that I get with running, or like any sort of cardio, or like I don't know. I just I don't know. I feel good when I do them. He's like,
no,
nah.
absolutely
I don't do cardio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't do like intentional cardio. Like I'll go like run or something for like the distance of it, but I'm not like doing it for like my cardiovascular. I could care less. Whatever.
Yeah, but you do like a full push-up burpee, whereas I do not do a push-up burpee.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm not doing them proper.
Yeah. You don't do them?
I do a jump at the end, and you don't jump.
No, I don't jump.
So is
I
that
jump.
like kind of counter?
The jump.
White boys don't
Does
jump.
it make make up for the
counteracts
push-up?
Because
Because it burns my quads. Like
Does
the
it?
jump part.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, it burns. Like we are afterwards, we're like, fuck, our legs are
Yeah.
dying from this.
No.
But like our upper body isn't like, it wouldn't affect me if I was doing a push day or pull day or anything like that. But that shit's for the birds. So let's pick something
We'll see. We'll see what
good
goes
next
on.
month.
I don't hate it. It's not the worst thing.
Yeah.
If we were doing running or walking a mile right now, I'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I'd be backed up
It's
4
not
or
a good
5
time of
miles at
year.
a time.
Also.
Yeah, January wasn't a good.
Yeah, you
good
probably
time
should
of
have-
month. A good time of year to do it either. I think I was the only one doing them shits outside
Probably.
for the most part.
Yeah. I wouldn't have done it.
Once I
outside.
started doing it outside, I was like, all right, I got to do it outside for the rest of the month. I can't like bitch out and go inside and do it. Only did it one time.
Nobody would have
inside.
thought twice
It's
if
the
you were
same
on a
thing.
treadmill.
Only did it one time inside. It's like a monsoon rain. Outside of that, did it outside. Yeah.
Okay, the next thing that I'll say is, okay, so AI has been like this huge like topic of conversation, and apparently like Taylor Swift is like suing somebody because they made like porn but using her and AI.
Sent you that thing earlier.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Why am I not involved?
I can send it to the group.
We're in a group chat,
Yeah, I'll
so.
send it to the group. You'll like it.
But isn't that?
Or-
I think. Okay, what are your thoughts on it? I feel like it's gonna get real sketchy. Like
I think it's already sketchy.
It's already sketchy, but I feel like it's
they've gone
gonna-
too far already.
like I feel like
But
some
you
people
can
are
do
really
cool
excited.
like I saw I was looking at tattoos the other day, and there were AI generated tattoos with different
Yeah.
topics on YouTube, and there were some really cool.
Oh,
'Cause I want
yeah.
to get Batman up here.
I
And I was looking
think-
at Batman, but they're all AI generated tattoos. and
I
they're
think
cool.
that's probably perfect application for tattoos because just me thinking about it now, I have thoughts of like what I want something to look like, but I can't get it out.
Yeah.
But if I was able to type it or like command it into like an AI or
Yeah.
whatever sort of source, and it creates some like 10 different versions of it, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Now I can pick something. But like if you're trying to explain it to a dude or like a real person, they're like, I don't really get what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think that'd
it
be
depends on the
fucking cool.
artist too. Like somebody's not gonna have any imagination, and some are gonna have a lot. But
Yeah, that's some
I mean, as an artist, like it gets a little because I mean anybody can just get AI stuff now. They don't have to have somebody like hand draw or paint or anything
I
like
say if
that.
you guys want a tattoo artist, I have a tattoo artist that did this. And
Shit.
Because we've actually been
November.
talking about getting our next tattoo because we've been itching. For
What do you get matching?
He doesn't know what he wants. That's why we haven't done it
Get
yet.
her name.
But
No.
fuck no.
You get his name.
Negative.
Jake would never get my name tattooed
Get
on
his
his
name
body.
right there.
No, thank you.
Well, I want to get my birth month flower, his birth month flower, and Reese's birth month flower. Make like a bouquet and get
that's
a bouquet tattooed
That's
on
cool.
me. But we're also been joking about getting like because her name's Reese, like getting a Reese cup or something like that. Because their brother Wes
I want
has
something, but
two of his nieces are tattooed on his ribs, and it's their names and their birthday. But he still hasn't gotten Reese, and he was like, maybe I'll just get a Reese cup. And then he also has his own children.
So he
hasn't done.
signed up for
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
whoever's pumping out kids.
Right, like
He
Rosebud's
fucking-
pregnant
Bad
with she's gonna have to get Benjamins on
Jeez.
there.
Yeah, once you start with one, like you can't not do
Yeah.
the rest of them.
And he's got another rib cage, so you can't blame that he's got in his face.
Damn, that's commitment.
But yeah.
Jeez.
yeah, I want something, but don't know. I have no idea where to
So
start.
I said once he figures it out, then we'll
Yeah.
go get something.
where'd you get that done?
guy in North
It
Carolina.
looks so good.
Yeah, I'll send you guys his,
Dang, the
his
trunk does
Instagram.
look pretty good.
I told him what I wanted, and he nailed it. Like there are tattoo artists and there are tattoo artists. And
Artists,
he's
yeah,
the
yeah,
latter.
yeah.
100%.
Oh my god,
So
yeah.
shout out to Victor. So I'm getting the inside done at the end of March. I'm getting a lion. But yeah, I
That looks
basically
so
told him this is exactly what I want, and he made it happen.
And it's so, I mean, like, everybody's like, oh, you can draw, you can paint, you should be a tattooed artist. And I was like, that is a whole nother, I mean, like, I don't think people understand. Also, if I fucked up somebody's skin for the rest of their life, I could not live with myself.
I'm gonna turn this into a fucking
Yeah.
different animal now.
Come back for a second session.
Half off.
But no, it's like, and people, I mean, you can just type in like information about Abraham Lincoln, and then like they'll write you a whole paper. So like in school, kids don't even
GTP.
Yeah, like you don't even have to write a paper. They just does it for you. People like do it for work, like emails and stuff. Like they don't know what to say, so it comes up with it for them.
It's probably never going away.
I know, which is so scary.
Kids better just get good at using it. You should be graded on how you're using your chat GPT and AI them. Right?
I mean, I guess they're not going to be able to do things like, hey, do it at home and then bring it in. They're going to have to do it as they sit there in front of the teacher.
And it's sad, like we've had this conversation. A lot, in my opinion, a lot of school is kind of worthless for the most part.
Especially the subjects that they teach.
Well, some of them, yeah, they haven't really evolved much since we were in school, and time changes a lot pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So your math teacher used to say, well, you're not going to have a calculator with you everywhere you go.
Yeah. Jokes on
Look
you.
At me now.
You were wrong.
Especially now because kids can have phones in classrooms and stuff. Like, I remember having my flip phone like underneath my desk, and I would have to like text, and I never had to look at my phone because But it was like, you cannot. And then all of a sudden kids were allowed to like vape in classrooms, and I'm like, what is going on? Yes. They've had to now like take it out of classes because people are just vaping in school. Isn't that crazy? But
yeah, if vapes were around when I was in high school, I would have been kicked out so quick.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I don't really do that shit now, but like definitely
I know.
Would have been high.
It's a different world now.
Damn.
Yeah. Scary.
Because we'd get out of school early. I was that guy where we were that group of seniors. We'd get out half day every day because we got out early. So you get out like 12:45, 1:15.
That's not really half day, but yeah.
Well, whatever, close. A couple hours early.
Yeah.
And we'd go sit in the parking lot until everybody else got out. And we'd sit there and smoke like Black and Milds and shit like that.
So you stay at school?
Yeah, sometimes.
Essex High School?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there wasn't shit else to do in Essex. So like you'd just be like, all right, let's wait for everybody else to get out. So we'd all just like chill and set up in the parking lot and chill.
Yeah.
A lot.
I remember that was like the thing was to get like the best parking spot. I remember when at my high school.
Yeah, you had premier.
Yeah, and like seniors had like senior parking, but you
Yeah.
still like wanted to get a better parking spot, so you had to get there early before everybody else.
Yeah, fuck that. Good times.
I remember we had morning workouts, and I would literally beat all the coaches there, so I'd have the front spot every day. Like, I'm good.
Man, we didn't. Maybe I just wasn't privy to people working out in high school, but I wish I had known about it.
Yeah, there was some. I
didn't even know we had a
was not
workout
that
room.
guy.
I went for 1 week my senior year. Like I went with Joe at 5 a.m. and then never went back.
I never
Wish
even knew we had a
did,
gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
I wish I bought into it too when I was
Yeah.
younger, but I saw that. I was like, fuck that. Where's the party?
Yeah, yeah.
Which unfortunately, got me to where I was. So.
Well, now you're here.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I remember all the guys. I remember like, dude, and some of them guys, like to this day, are still like respectably strong. But there was a couple guys in high school that were like, yo, these dudes are freaks. And for them to be like 17, 18 years old, they were like, still, if they were 30 lifting that or 20s, they'd be jacked. But most of them definitely fell off.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't even pay attention.
Facebook shows what happens over time.
Yeah,
to a lot
that's
of people. It can be a downhill spiral after high school.
Yeah.
For some.
But anyways, AI is just getting a little scary for me. But
yeah, I don't know what you do about that. You know, I think it's inevitable. Learn to use it.
I'm hoping
right?
people, especially for like art and stuff, they won't.
Yeah.
People would still want like something from somebody like by hand. But
I do think, I'm going to chime in on that. Like, I do think there's a yearning and like a need, and people, the more and more it gets AI based or like computer based, bot based shit, people fiend for a person now. Like personable shit. Mm-hmm. Whether it be service or labor or whatever type of product, I think more weight over, the percentage is higher for sure of people wanting service or whatever.
Yeah. I think even like
person.
if you see it like in houses and stuff and like or interior, like everything started to look exactly the same, and now people are like, wait, I kind of like that, like
for sure
hand custom whatever.
I mean, and even just the uniqueness of everybody having a different approach or a different response, whether it be something or different writing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure AI can mix things up, but it's like there's an individualism or individuality to everybody's writing and thoughts, creativeness, and like I think people will still lean into that in due time, like forever.
so.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm into cars and guns, and that you know, you have those car companies that have one person building the entire engine, and you know, there's a plaque at the top that says this engine was assembled by. It's got their signature, or you know, there's certain specialty gun companies that you have one gunsmith that built this 1911 from scratch.
That's
like,
one.
right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I agree.
And I think those
I
obviously
agree.
thrive.
Oh yeah,
You know,
but there's a reason why you pick up that gun and the slide's like buttery smooth, and
You pay for
know,
it, and, and that's why, because it's like,
Yeah. I think just maybe specifically like online stuff can be like, because now you're never going to know if something's real. Or if something's...
Well, yeah, in that case, yeah.
Yeah, or if somebody really truly did it, I guess. Or, you know, like if somebody really wrote that, or I don't know, because you could be dumb as a doornail and then all of a sudden have this like perfectly scripted script, or like for writers and stuff in Hollywood, like they're not even going to need writers anymore. They can just put it in and they'll create a whole entire story.
Yeah, I've seen some of those videos of like celebrities, like they're doing like spoofs or whatever with AI or whatever, and these celebrities are saying random shit, or even like, you know, whoever. They'll throw a voice to it, and it's like, holy shit, that's pretty fucking close, and I'm sure it's only going to get better over time. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be like checks and balances of like, all right, so here's a video, here's the software that can detect if it is AI
Maybe,
or not.
yeah.
But then the AI is going to outsmart the software eventually, vice versa.
That's where it gets scary.
Yeah.
Not necessarily AI learning, but the concept of AI being able to teach itself how to learn better and faster.
Yeah.
But, you know, with all the fake videos, I saw one the other day that I about fell out of my chair laughing. Because this whole thing with Kadarius Toney and the Chiefs, like he was a scratch for the playoffs because there was this big... He said that they were lying about him being injured, and... you know, they're like, no, this is everything that's going on. It's like he didn't suit for the Super Bowl, like all that kind of stuff. And it's a fake, but it's a video of Andy Reid, and he's like, Kadarius Toney better stop running his mouth, or he's gonna catch these hands. He's like, it's so funny because it's well done, and so it looks like Andy Reid. It looks like Big Red.
I noticed he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it kind of makes me thankful that I'm a nobody. You know, nobody's gonna try and like, you know, get me for my, you know, something that I'm supposed to, or I could have done or whatever, like say that I did something when I didn't do it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I'm sure that sucks for Taylor Swift because she's like in this porno and it's like, it's her, but it's not her. And she's like suing people. A lot of people are trying to do shit for her. Because I mean, she's so in the spotlight, especially now.
And, you know,
like,
she's got mad loot. Hey, if you want to pull it down, give me a couple mil.
Yeah.
Want me to stop? Give me a couple mil.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey.
I mean, if you have, I mean, not everybody, but I'm sure there's money to be made. People are going to try and get their cut,
It's
get
true.
a slice.
It's true.
Which, it is what it is.
Okay, my next thing was, I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I think you said that you did, but there's this mom that her child goes to Catholic school, and she was dropping them off in the carpool line, and she has this huge OnlyFans decal. Like, I'm not talking a decal like this. Like, it's massive, and it's on the back of her car.
Oh, shit. Like, she sold the car to it.
Selling her page.
Like, she has an OnlyFans, and she's sponsoring. Like,
Yeah.
she wants you to go to her OnlyFans and whatever. So the school was like, no, you cannot. You take this car. You can't drop your kid off.
It's for my knitting class.
It got to a point where they were going to suspend the child. Or they were like, you have to drop him off like across the street, and he has to walk. You can't take him through the carpool line. And she was like, this is ridiculous. Like, it's dangerous for him to walk across the street. And so they were like, okay, we'll have people like escort him and like all this stuff. And then it got to a point where they're like, we're going to suspend him because of this. And then they finally were like, can you just please take the decal off? But it's like, now if that is her source of income, like, I do feel bad. But also, like, your kid doesn't go to just a public school. Like, they go to a Catholic school. So it's like hard. Like, they don't want you, like... I feel like it would be very difficult as a teenager to have a mom who is supporting their OnlyFans and like dropping you off at school in the carpool line. like you're gonna get bullied. I don't know, or
I saw your mom's OnlyFans.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, exactly. Some
Nice
kid's pulling
work,
that up in
dude.
class.
Nice
or like,
work.
can your mom pick me up? You know, like
That's how I see it going. Yo, your mom,
yeah.
so hot.
Especially like
instant
a good looking
fight.
mom. Like their mom is a very attractive woman, especially for her age. So like I'm sure they get crap all the time. I don't know. I know I've heard people like, you know, give them crap because their mom is a beautiful woman. And so I just can't imagine if like Dana was driving through the drive-thru and like dropping kids off and has like an OnlyFans sticker on the back of her car.
See, what I'd heard about that was that initially it was just like a small sticker, and the school complained about it. So then she
Oh, she blew
got
it
the
up.
monster.
It is,
that
I
went
mean, like
across.
it literally takes up the entire back
Yeah.
window.
And I think they talked about like expelling the kid if she didn't take it out.
All
or
right,
take
I'm
it
gonna
down.
play dumb. I assume her OnlyFans account is a little bit provocative.
I don't know if you
it's-
do an
'cause
OnlyFans for something that's not provocative.
But you can't. I mean, technically, it can be a creator account. Like
Yeah.
it's a paywall for whatever you want to show.
Yeah.
It's not like, but most likely skin or something that people want to pay to see, not art.
Yeah,
Body
Right.
art.
yeah, it's body art.
I'm sure that's how she explains it to the supervisor or whatever too. It's just body art.
I think they said it was like for promoting a pornographic website because obviously women can go on there and like show whatever they want.
Yeah.
So like technically, I guess they're kind of right because it is kind of like porn, and I don't think they're going on her OnlyFans and like checking to see what she's. But I think, and just in general, they don't want her supporting that company because they do it, and it's a Catholic school.
Yeah, Catholic. I get it.
Yeah, private school. Like they have certain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have
That's-
a lot more
Yeah,
power
little
than
tighter
public
shifted.
school.
They have like their own laws within
Yeah.
what is right and wrong.
I don't know, and I hate to. It doesn't matter, but I need to know. Is the chick older or younger?
I don't know. I don't know what she looked like.
I know it shouldn't
Google
matter.
her.
I know. I should
Google her
have.
OnlyFans right now.
Because
don't know.
it sounds like I'm giving her the okay if she's younger or older.
Right.
But I assume
And I don't know
she's
how
not
old he was. Like I don't know if he was like in middle
Yeah.
school.
It's kind of weird. I don't know.
I hope not.
I would
I would assume it's not really high school because I don't know. I don't know though.
I just couldn't imagine it. Especially because the kid's got to know what OnlyFans is.
Let's see.
Especially when he's going to school and his boys are like, "Yo,
I'm hoping it's like they're like kindergartners where,
Yeah,
where you
oblivious.
don't know yet. Hopefully.
yeah."
Well, she's like suing the school,
Oh shit.
but they told her they were like, all you have to do is take the decal
yeah,
off
she-
the back of
she's-
your.
she's
Yeah,
still on
she's
skin.
Yeah, she's pretty.
I just see the blonde.
Oh, hold on, guys. Stupid ad. Hold on.
Give a pass around real quick once you pull her up. Oh, we got a video. I just need to see her.
We first reported on the story.
Put it close to the mic.
2021. She threatened a lawsuit. The mom says school officials told her she could no longer volunteer at Sand Lake Elementary School because she posts on adult-only internet sites like OnlyFans. News 6's Lauren Cervantes joins us
Is it
live with
adult
the
only?
details. Lauren.
Where's a picture?
I think dropping her kids off versus volunteering are two very different things.
Volunteer in their classrooms until a parent who saw photos of her on
She's
an
pretty.
adult-only internet site reported it to the school district, according to her attorneys Mark Nejame and John Zielinski.
I was a little bit in shock, honestly. You know, you're already in this situation. that's
All the
not
the
fair to
jealous
begin with,
haters.
and then there's emails of weird images being sent out, not only within each other, but also to media.
At a press conference today, the three announcing a lawsuit.
Okay. She's pretty. So yeah, that's probably hard. Also, I'm pretty sure they just said preschool. Because she does look kind of young, but
They don't know.
Oh my gosh, man.
Thank God.
I just wonder, with AI, like on the topic of AI and just technology, internet, we kind of grew up, and all of us here kind of grew up into the internet really booming, like 95, 93, 98, 99 for sure, like internet really taking off, and knowing life a little bit before, like internet. But now, we still really don't realize not repercussions, but the effects
yeah.
of internet and how nothing really ever goes away.
No, it's forever.
Yeah. So it's like
It's forever.
something like that has to take a little planning and thought of like, all right, am I going to be able to really cash out on this thing to where it was worth the talk with my grandkids 40 years from now?
Yeah, think about that.
Or what?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird thing, OnlyFans.
Yeah, I know.
It's obviously power to whoever that wants to utilize it. Do your thing, but it's
At first, they just said that she couldn't volunteer, and now it's like a whole lawsuit.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to volunteer that badly? Like, I think maybe she's just trying to get
now
attention
she's
from
just
it, but
pissed,
yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was so funny.
she just wears a T-shirt with her QR code
Yeah.
on the news or whatever.
I was like, what are they going to do if she pulls into the carpool lane? Are they going to be like, ma'am, you need to get out of here?
I guess.
Or like, hey, just drop your kid off really, I don't know.
Poor kid.
Yeah, poor kid.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it should probably remove the sticker and
Go to confession.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ask for repentance.
That kid is going to, like you said, it's forever. Like this kid, boy or girl, is going to hear about this for the rest of their time in school.
You know, because I always wondered, like,
Especially in Catholic school. Like it's so small.
yeah. Oh yeah.
If they stay there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Poor thing. I grew up in a small town. Like everybody and their mom
I
would.
can't even imagine now. Like not even OnlyFans. Like with people like kids in school nowadays, they got their moms and dads with Instagrams and Facebooks. I mean, you can Google and you can look up their people's parents.
You can look at people's
and
grandparents.
see sketchy shit on Instagram.
Yeah.
Not sketchy shit, but like just
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
And dude, I can't imagine like trying to go to school when if you have a good looking mom or whatever, and yeah, you're never gonna hit the end of that.
Never. I know, that's why I say, because you guys obviously have a pretty mom.
Thank
So
God.
I know.
No thanks.
Oh, the next thing I put on there was, did you guys? I don't think he said that he didn't see it, but right after the Super Bowl ended, Joe Biden tweeted that picture of him with like laser eyes, and he was.
I didn't see it.
It says he posted on his Twitter, and it says just how we drew it up, and it's like him with like his arms crossed, and it's like laser beams like coming out of his eyes.
After the Super Bowl?
Yeah, like literally right when the Super Bowl ended.
I guess
The president of the United
Chiefs
States.
Fans.
I'm okay with the Chiefs. That's
It's
my
been a good
grandfather's
run for you
team.
guys.
But like just the whole conspiracy theory, like that this was all they wanted the team to be there because of Taylor and Travis and all this stuff or whatever. But the
Big money.
fact that he put the president of the United States like
Oh,
tweeted,
gotcha. Okay, so he tweeted that after
it was
the
from
game,
his account.
From
yeah.
his account.
Not that it was him that
And
did it, but it was from his
the
account.
back end conspiracy of Taylor Swift and what's his name?
Travis Kelce, yeah, Pfizer,
got it.
yeah.
All right, and they sort of played into it.
Maybe
Like,
they
well, like they
Yeah.
went along with it.
Yeah.
Like that's fine.
This was also the president that was at a dinner talking about guns and AR-15s and said no one needs a gun with 100 rounds in the chamber.
Damn right.
Anyone who knows guns is like,
wait a minute.
100 rounds in the
100
chamber?
rounds in
I
the
only got
chamber.
99 in mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Well, and that's the whole thing. You know, we talk about the Super Bowl, and then unfortunately the shooting in Kansas City. And
Yeah. Ugh.
ABC News put out something that was like, there are no background checks required to purchase guns in Missouri. I'm like, that's not
Yeah, it's
true.
True. Yeah.
Complete bullshit. And two of the kids were under the age of 18. They can't legally
So
own
they
those
can't-
firearms anyways.
Right.
So a background check wouldn't have stopped
Yeah.
them. Like,
They
let's
wouldn't
stop
have been able
feeding
to
into
do
the whole
it.
narrative.
Yeah.
But now I saw something about Visa, MasterCard, American Express are going to start tracking ammo sales in California. Well, California sucks,
I thought they
period.
were doing
Yeah.
that already in
They're
the
a
first
whole different
place.
place.
I
Ugh.
thought they were already tracking like gun sales and stuff.
But what the fuck for? Like
You got to know where the guns are in order to disarm everybody.
for sure, but like why the fuck are these like private companies worried about where the fuck?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ!
They did
man.
all the January 6th.
It's California.
Like they,
Yeah.
if you used your card anywhere around DC, the January 6th, they looked.
Yeah.
They looked into
They
your
looked
shit.
into you.
100%.
Isn't that crazy?
That is.
I know.
All those companies.
No privacy in this
Damn,
country.
man.
But
They
yeah,
going down. But I just thought that was. I mean, truthfully, I think a lot of the things that Trump tweeted when he was president was super fucking inappropriate. But like, it's just, dude, why do you gotta do it? You know, you didn't have to tweet that. I feel like I don't know if it was to like.
Grandpa didn't do that.
I was about to say,
ain't no way.
Stupid.
No, that's what I'm saying. His people
yeah.
are like behind, you know.
Because
Joe Biden was asleep by 5 o'clock.
That's definitely a young person's
wasn't
like
up.
He was not up after the Super Bowl.
He would
that's
have
like
no
a-
idea how to generate a picture of
a
him with
meme-y
laser beams
type
coming
thing.
out of his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like, dude.
Damn. No, I didn't catch that.
Because I don't know if they were trying to like make it a joke so that people were like, oh yeah, the conspiracy theory, like it was stupid. But like it almost made it worse. Like now people are like, dude, why the fuck is the president of the United States tweeting after the Super Bowl ends?
like
Just the way we
Trump
drew
would
it
do the
up.
same shit.
Probably.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
it-
I don't
but it
think that the
but it'd probably
president
be
should
funny if
do
he-
that.
Yeah. Everyone would know.
Everybody would
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Nobody got that yet. So it's like, what?
Yeah.
Because I for a second I was confused, but I understand it now. But like,
You haven't seen the picture or anything? I'll show you.
no.
Yeah. I mean,
Is it like just on Twitter? Or I guess whatever.
Sure,
It's probably
it's
passing
everywhere.
around
Taylor
now.
Swift fans.
it's 2024. It's everywhere.
Swifties. No.
I like Travis and Jason though. Jason
Jason,
Kelsey is my favorite.
How can you
man.
not like Jason?
Right.
He seems like he'd be a ton of fun to be around.
This is this picture.
Is that his brother play football?
Yeah,
Yeah, for the
he
Eagles.
played.
Oh, he just retired.
Well, they.
Just like we.
I heard that was not true.
He hasn't
That's pretty
announced
good.
anything. But
Dark brown.
Oh, Travis.
Jason,
Oh, I thought he did.
No,
they haven't announced
apparently that
anything
wasn't.
yet.
That was just.
Oh,
But they'll both be first ballot Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't deny that.
That's the
yeah.
picture.
Oh yeah, somebody. Yeah, Joe didn't do that.
He would have no idea how to do that.
No.
Not in a million years.
No, Joe was asleep.
Yeah, but I just thought that was funny.
That is pretty wild.
And then I saw this thing that said ESPN was talking, or they were trying to report that this Super Bowl had like the most views of any TV program ever for this Super Bowl in particular. And then I was watching on a podcast and they were like, wait a second, that can't be true because the World Cup is viewed from every single country in the entire world. And a lot of countries don't give a shit about football.
Yeah.
So they like looked it up and it was like World Cup had like I think it was the last World Cup in 2023 had like over 1 point something billion viewers or whatever. And the Super Bowl had like in the millions. And they were like, why the fuck would they report? And they didn't specify that it was in the United States or anything. Like it just says ever.
Yeah.
Nobody fact checks. Shit
Yeah.
anymore.
No.
And I'm like, what? But then this is how it's crazy because I feel like that's how people get their information. Like somebody will go and say, oh, this is true. It must be true because ESPN said it. And then they were talking about like, there's probably some intern in the back that they said, hey, write up this shit and put it on. And then they did it and that's it. Like, but people really truly believe that. That's why it's crazy. Like people will believe anything these days. And that's terrifying.
Yeah.
That's where they get their information about medical stuff, about anything. Like that's what they get it from. They're like, oh, well, they said it, so it must be true.
Oh, I remember seeing there's a firefighter, first responder, that has a really funny YouTube channel. But he was responding to a TikTok where they were talking about the best pre-workout is to hit yourself with an EpiPen. And he's like, don't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Like your heart will explode.
Yeah, please don't.
So much bad advice on TikTok.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
people will
TikTok's
watch that and be like,
dumb.
oh, definitely, I'm going to do it because he
Yeah,
said
a
to.
lot of trends, like it's crazy. They'll catch steam so quick.
Yeah.
You hear those like dumb trends about this or this supplement, that drink, this type of like product for belly fat or this lotion for this. Like
Even if
holy
it's not
shit.
beneficial, like the Tide Pod thing when like people were
Oh
like
yeah, just challenges.
eating
stupid
Tide
shit.
Pods
Yeah.
or something, and it's like, what
That's
the
just
Darwinism.
Darwin's theory of evolution at
Yeah.
work. Like, let the stupid
like,
people kill themselves.
Please.
Please,
Yeah. Oh
don't
my
breed.
God. Okay, one more thing that I saw. Sorry. The first human ever got the Neuralink by Elon Musk. The thing like
I
put
heard
in their
about
brain.
that. Yeah, I don't know anything about it though.
So at first I thought it was like they can like access like the internet and things like in their brain. It's
Wi-Fi?
actually for It's actually for like health reasons, I guess. People with like paralysis or like quadriplegics or any medical condition. And when you go on the online and you have to like apply for it, they say like, where are you from? Like, how old are you? Whatever. And then it says like, do you have any of these health problems? And like, there's a whole list. And if you say no, then they're like, you don't, like, we're only doing it for specific reasons. But they're hoping that it can like help people that way.
For sure. Well, that's definitely how it starts.
How does it work?
But they
Does
said
like,
that it
monitor
could
your
potentially
brains?
do more.
Yeah.
They haven't like
It
specified
gotta
that.
it's levels to it.
How does
They
it work?
could. They
What-
have
what does
control.
it
I
do?
don't know.
It's a bolt on.
I don't know. Like I guess
Like, so,
it
like, if-
controls like the.
You can like if you can. Does it pick up what you're thinking, like brainwave or?
I'm sure it's
that's
just probably
above
like
above me.
probably sending out like electrical shit or something. It's probably not thinking.
Yeah,
for
or
you.
like, if you're trying to help treat like a stroke victim, like helping regrow those, neural
like
connections that have,
stimulating something.
Yeah.
maybe, or
something
whatever.
like that.
Yeah.
I doubt like it's fucking telepathic. Like you're thinking and it's talking to the computer.
You can talk to a computer.
Yeah,
But there is.
cool.
Stephen Hawking style.
I was watching this.
Movies.
It's like, oh, nice, nice. He just staring at the wall. Nice.
The podcast I was watching this when they were talking about it, they said the guy was like, yeah, I know a guy that like there's this thing where he's completely paralyzed, but he can look at a like this keyboard or whatever that he has, and he'll look at it and it types what he's looking at
shit.
to communicate
Yeah.
with people. And he was like, if you can do that, I can't imagine the shit that you can do with a fucking chip in your head. So
Yeah,
I don't know. They said it could possibly do more with other
it
things,
needs
but
to get an update. So with that, is it like physically in the brain,
implanted in the brain. Yeah.
not on the outside?
No.
Like
He had to
plug
he had
in.
a brain surgery to
Damn.
put it in. Yeah. But they said he's recovering well and they're gonna
Power to him.
first person. I mean, like, if I was a quadriplegic, like, what do I have to lose? You know?
Yeah, I'd say give it to me.
Right. Like,
Give me-
a lot
give me
of
two
money
of
has
them
been put
shits.
into it, you know?
Load it
So,
up.
yeah. How many can I get?
Give me a couple.
Because you know he's probably getting it for free. He's
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
person. So, I just thought that's kind of crazy. Like, that we're already... I don't... Because, like, growing up, like, you see all these, like, crazy movies, and it's, like, in
Like,
the future, like,
yeah.
flying cars and, like, all this stuff, but putting chips in your brain and, like, all this stuff, I never thought it would happen during our lifetime.
Nah.
I
I
would've
don't.
never
I don't know
thought
what.
that.
I really don't put much thought into it, but it is crazy how like, especially, I think everybody can relate back to like Terminator with Skynet and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
As far as AI and like
Eagle Eye.
and learning, like computer
Yeah.
learning and shit like that. It's like,
iRobot.
damn, these shits take off, man. We're donezo.
Yeah.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
that's the thing. It's like there's so many movies that like show us how bad this shit can be, and then we're like, "Fuck it, we'll do
we're,
it."
we're gonna keep doing it anyways.
Yeah, it'll be different for us.
Yeah, it'll work this time. Socialism will work this time too.
We need to get a
Shit.
bunker. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, that is.
Joe Rogan can only fit but so many people.
Yeah,
in
everybody's
it.
getting bunkers now.
If it's coming,
Wouldn't
it's
mind having a
coming.
bunker.
That'd be a pretty cool, like chill
Something.
spot.
Yeah,
Let's go hang out in the bunker.
yeah. Nobody can fuck with you.
Yep.
They just
Damn.
open it like 100 years later. Your dead body's in there.
No, I'm gonna get one of those chips and live to 200, 220.
Oh yeah.
You never know.
Running,
It could-
he's running
it could
juice
happen.
over there, dude.
My heart gives out, just zaps it back in there.
I mean, I'm hoping this first trial run does well.
I mean,
I don't know what he has
Hope
either.
so.
I don't know if he's like paralyzed. I don't know anything about him,
Yeah.
but it was implanted. So stay tuned, I guess.
Is he in is it in the States? I'd assume, yeah. Damn.
It also on the application says, "Are you a U.S. citizen?"
Oh, so you applied?
No.
Oh.
I know that it wouldn't work because I don't have one of those
I don't know. I
problems.
thought you were kind of a little mental something going on.
Okay. Yeah.
But also,
it'll help her with the hot sauce.
That's right.
She can now
sauce
eat
cheese.
spicy food.
Yeah, I have a hot sauce intolerance.
Yeah.
Does that
Can you
apply-
fix that? It probably could.
Yeah.
It could be a mental thing. I also can't swallow pills, so maybe I could swallow pills if I
I
had
feel
that
like
thing
that's
in my
a
brain.
curse too. Not being able to swallow
Thank you.
pills.
Which your dad also has in common with me.
There's a lot of things going on with that guy.
Yeah. I've never been able to swallow pills.
I mean, being in the same sentence, well, being compared to him or having the same.
Well, he made you guys, so he did something right.
Yeah.
Is this the one that you were telling me about using Raid as bug spray or whatever?
No, that's
Oh,
my
that's the
grandpa.
other.
That's,
Yeah,
that's a grandfather. Same blood.
God.
Same bloodline, so trickled down.
Yeah.
It helps
But-
the immune system.
No, now he actually has
Keeps the
one
bugs
from one
off.
side of his family and one from the other. So he's got a little bit of his mom and a little bit of his own.
Did I tell you all about that shit?
Yes.
Damn. Such
What an idiot. I mean, I love him.
great guy, but
Yeah.
not a smart move.
No.
Some shits are still biting me. Yeah, dude. That's Raid.
I'm surprised he's like,
Didn't
have to go to the
He's like, you want
hospital.
some? No, I'm glad I said
I'm pretty
no.
sure it says like poisonous, do not
Yeah, I'll
inhale.
pass on the carcinogens for the day.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Jeez, man. Yeah, good shit.
Do we want to do the card game?
Yeah, go ahead. Dive in this joint. Pull some good ones, though.
I called
Yeah.
him back earlier, but his phone only rang like 3 times and went straight to voicemail. So I left a message and then left my work number too. So
Did
he
you
could
have
call
any
it.
missed calls from him?
No.
Yeah, he called me.
Granddaddy's wild.
Yeah, he called me earlier this
He
morning.
thinks
Have I-
he told Austin that I blocked him.
Yeah, he called me this morning and said, "Hey, what's wrong with Jake's phone?" He's like, "I don't know what y'all do with y'all's phones, but I swear he blocked me."
He's also blind as a bat, so he probably has no idea who he's
pressing
calling.
8 buttons at a time.
Yeah.
Have I ever let y'all listen to my grandfather's voicemails?
Oh my
I'll
gosh.
pull them up while you're pulling out cards real quick. I'll play them for the show.
Yeah. Because we talk about Wayne so much
But
on
you'll
the
get an
show.
idea of what type of guy
Yeah.
this is.
This dude's one of a kind. One of a kind grandfather.
You just don't know until you really experience it, like, or listen to these voicemails.
You have 9 saved voice messages.
All
Those are all
from
him.
Wayne.
Listen to your messages, press 1.
I'm gonna have to go through some junk real quick.
First voice message.
Hi, Mr. Page. This is Cassie with Riverland Insurance.
Insurance already called her back. Hold on, guys. We're getting to it. This is him. That was a nice one.
That was a
Yeah,
nice
that
one.
was a good one.
Yeah. No names.
That's him again. That was the 2 times I was working, by the way. I'm not that big of a piece of shit with him.
Yeah, he
I
is.
try to get better.
Austin, granddad, give me a call. God damn. Motherfucker, I done called you 3 times, you cocksucker.
End of message.
That's a good one.
It's just getting started.
Message, press 7. Message saved. Next message.
Hey, Austin, I called you. I done left 14 fucking messages. You ain't called me yet, you little bitch. Bye.
Message saved. Next message.
Hey, I'm glad I ain't fucking dying. Goddamn, I called you 3 days ago and you ain't called me back. Granddad, okay, give me a call. Bye.
Okay, give me a call. Bye.
Message saved. Next message.
Hey, dickhead, give me a call. You pussy.
Pause is the best part.
Next
Pause is the best part. He's like, I don't know what to call him.
Okay,
Pussy.
it is hot. Your granddad, give me a call, goddamn. I ain't talked to you in a while. Tell me somebody, you or her, are sick or something. Give me a call. Bye.
Her.
He doesn't
Wife.
know the significant other's name, so he just says her or him.
Hey, prick,
You change your
give me a
pronoun.
call, Hawk. You better be up there cutting that fucking grass and trimming them trees up there. Y'all some of you working 6 hours, got so tired, y'all won't be back for a month. Well, you want me to go up there and clean it up for you?
Talking shit to me.
Message saved. Next message.
This is Big Dick. Give me a call. 804 925 1039.
Everyone's gonna call him now. That might be it.
Next message.
Big dick.
Hey, this is Big Dick down there, Rappahannock River Estates. Give me a call, buddy. Bye.
This is Big Dick Daddy.
Message saved. Next
Not your typical
message. Bank
grandfather.
Anyways.
You
Yeah, that's
Pussy.
my grandfather.
It's funny though because he does not speak to any of the women that way. It's
Not at all.
just boys, and he doesn't. I feel like he doesn't even really talk to you that way most of the time. I mean, every once in a while, yeah,
No, now that I've
Special.
yeah.
now that I've gotten like I think it's because I take you and the baby around, so he's
Yeah.
much nicer now. But before,
Austin used to be his drinking buddy too, so I think he's a little
Yeah.
more loosey goosey.
We got a little locker room talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. he doesn't hold back with me.
It's so funny though.
It's nice. It's fun because if you miss a call, you're like, oh, I got a good one in the voice.
Yeah.
Got one in the chamber waiting for me.
That's right.
He dropped off for me.
But he'll like do that even when you're talking to him on the phone. Like all of a sudden he's like, all right, I'll text you, bye.
Yeah.
Like he just randomly like gets off the phone in the middle of a conversation, and it's the funniest thing. I'm like,
he's
who does that?
something else.
Yeah, he's funny.
Different, built different for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Pop off.
Yeah, that's a good thing these days, though.
Oh, 100%. Like, well,
People are soft these days.
soft.
Oh,
he
yeah.
he definitely doesn't have any like filter.
No
No.
He'll
filter.
tell you exactly
Zero.
what's on his mind, but like he doesn't most of the time doesn't do it in a dick way. He might call you a name, but he's gonna tell you like I don't know.
I don't think like he would look at like you and be like, you're a bitch, but like he's just calling you a bitch,
Yeah.
you know, like that's how
That's
his
Term of
brain
endearment.
works.
It's a term
Yeah.
of endearment.
Yeah,
It's not,
exactly.
it's just not.
Yeah.
It's just a saying, man. It's not.
It's
If
so
he's
funny.
not calling you a name, you probably I don't know. He might not like you.
Yeah.
You think he's
Right.
dying.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm concerned. Like,
Yeah.
if he's being like, as of late, he's been like very sentimental and like so sweet, like asking us questions about Reese and
Yeah,
like
randomly
wants us
calling
to
me
come
and
up and
checking in.
yeah, like wants us to come up and see him, and I'm like, this
weird.
is, are you gonna die? Like, I'm
Love
so
the old
scared.
man, but-
Yeah, like why are you getting so sappy? But then you hear voicemails and it's so great.
You still got it.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and he's going blind.
People
So
are just so soft these days.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
no, I don't.
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, he's
ridiculous.
no, I feel like most people need a grandfather like you guys have.
A lot of good could happen.
Yeah.
If,
Strong.
that type of grit.
We were talking about that
Around.
when I was on the Chaos Lab podcast last week, talking about just how soft people are. And,
Oh, yeah.
or, we talk about people that are like, well, I have this in my past and I have that in my past. And I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Like, I love people with a past. Those are my
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Like, it's the people that are normal that scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, or boring.
Because you've never been through anything in your life.
never
Yeah.
had anything.
So when shit comes up, you don't know how to handle
You
it.
get folded.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or triggered. Like, I
It
hate
is.
triggered was like such a word that came up like in the past 4 years. And it's just like, if you are that sensitive, like I don't want to be mean, but like, you're not that important. And truly.
Oh, of course. Like everybody's got their shit going
Yeah.
on,
Everybody's got shit.
Shit. And speaking on, I love people that have a story too or have been through
yeah.
some shit. But some people can also make that their identity as well. Like that's like they just are still a permanent victim and haven't like done anything to overcome it though
Yeah.
either.
Come down off the cross. We need the wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
love the quote, the whole thing about, finding a knight in shining armor. Yeah, his armor is shiny because he's never been to war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
absolutely.
It's not what you're looking for, trust me.
No.
Yeah. I know. I
It's-
saw like some quote that I don't know if it was actually Kevin Hart, but he was saying something like, get off of social media because the guy worthy that you think is worthy, that you want, this perfect person, he's out doing shit. He's not going to sit around waiting to like your shit on
Yeah.
Instagram. Like, go and do something in the world. Like, don't just sit there and wait for it to find him. Like, because out of all those creepy guys that are probably trying to get you, like, that are doing nothing with their lives, like,
Yeah.
the one that you actually talk about wanting is the one that's actually out doing stuff. So, and that's true.
I 100% agree.
You got to love people that have grit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That's invaluable these days.
I get nervous about, like, obviously bringing up children in a world that is, like, so... Because
Crazy.
not that it's never been easy and it's always been crazy and, like, new things pop up every generation, but it's, like, now it's just so... Like, I don't want...
It's different crazy. I
Yeah.
feel like.
Especially with girls. Like, I don't know. It's just terrifying. You don't have children, but
No.
maybe one day.
Quite honestly, I'm still pretty selfish.
Yeah.
So Sarah and I enjoy our time. She enjoys traveling too, so that's definitely that'd be
Yeah.
a dampener for her.
Oh, yeah.
On her personal life, and then me, I do like enjoying being able to leave and do and fly or take a nap if I want to.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah.
So that's I like my simple things of life.
yeah.
But another thing that I do like in the deep down gut feel is like, man, there's a lot of responsibility on parents now to like
Yeah.
make sure the next coming up can hold their own. and that aren't, handheld or spoon-fed or always like helicoptered or
Living in a bubble. Yeah.
living in a
Yeah.
bubble,
Stupid participation trophy.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, God, I
that
hate
too.
that.
Expecting like entitled, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's funny. We were talking about that too. We were talking about football, and I played the game differently because I was an outside linebacker. I was a 2-time All-American, but here's the thing: hard-hitting linebackers that look scary are a dime a dozen. Every good team's got one. And don't get me wrong, I looked the part. The war paint and the ugly mohawk and the neck
you
pad and
did
the visor.
Ultimate
Yeah.
Warrior
Yeah,
type
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was talking to Sean about it the other day. Like, scoring touchdowns, that's cool. Interceptions are cool. Big hits are cool.
Yeah.
Watching someone break in front of you is the most satisfying feeling in the world. Like taking someone's will away from them,
Yeah.
because everybody comes out that first series all hyped up, like,
Yeah.
let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my goal was to hit you so hard. I never went out there trying to injure somebody.
Yeah.
My goal was to hit you hard enough that you took your helmet, went back to your coach, and said, "I don't want to play football today."
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to
Put
do
somebody
this.
else
not
in.
what that guy's out there.
I'm not,
Yeah, that whole
it's not for me.
Mike Tyson quote.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a game plan until they get
Yeah,
punched in the face.
Yeah.
So I loved trying to take people's will away from them, and you see the cracks, and it's the most satisfying feeling in the world. And I realized that, like I said, scary looking linebackers are a dime a dozen. I wanted to be different. I wanted to play the game differently. I wanted people to remember who I was, because I was thinking about it. I can name one offensive player that I played against my whole college career.
Yeah.
One, and it's because he schooled me in a bowl game and scored on me, and I'm like, I'm not going to
Never forget.
But I would hope, my guess, at least my hope is, if you went and asked all the people I played against, like, hey, is there anybody that 10 years later that stands out that you remember? I would hope my name comes out of their mouth. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, yeah, that man was different, played the game
So
differently.
true.
And I realize it's this beautiful parallel for what we're doing now, because HRT clinics are a dime a dozen. There's one popping up on every corner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're all over the internet. I want it to be different. I want people in 10 years to be like, oh yeah, like Adam changed my life and took care of me. I have transfers from other clinics. I'm like, who'd you work with over there? He's like, I don't know, Jim, Greg, Fred. I don't even fucking know. I'm like, wow, made a good impression on that one. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't even remember your name.
Yeah.
Like, I want this whole thing to be different. I want it to be special. Like, I want to do it in a different way. So, part of a group that we call the Honest Misfits, because we do things kind of outside of industry norms right now. Joey Mack from Hard Work in North Carolina, which, by the way, if you're ever going to Raleigh or going through Raleigh, you have to go to Hard Work Strength and Performance, hands down.
The gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you go to Raleigh and don't go, that's like going to Venice Beach and not going to Gold's.
Oh shit.
Or being a golf fan and going to Augusta the first full week of April and not going to the Masters. Like, legendary gym, amazing people. So if you go to Raleigh, Hard Work is where it's at.
Yeah, their brother lives like 45 minutes away from Raleigh. Not
Okay,
even.
shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They're like 40,
Oh, yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Have to go.
Amazing
Yeah.
gym.
Yeah.
Athletes all over, IFBB pros and every shape, size.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome. The Chaos Lab's the same way.
For sure. Oh yeah, no, there's definitely a blend. Chaos Lab. It from the outside it looks like a powerlifting gym, but when you go in, there's a little bit of everything going on. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool place. But yeah, if you're ever in Raleigh, Hard Work is where you have to go.
Yeah.
So,
Damn. Well, you're switching back thinking about chaos and Sean, and I'm sure like there is with most gyms, especially some of these niche smaller gyms that are popping up around Richmond, all ages go, but I'm sure he gets to see a lot of the up and coming high school, early college kids that are coming in and the lifestyle and or characters they have and or lack. I'm sure he gets to see a lot of what's coming up in the world and a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because every time that I've been in there and or seen on social media, not just his gym, but most of these like powerlifting, bodybuilding gyms are just, that's where the hype is. That's where all these young high schooler, early college kids are going. And it's like, I'm sure he gets to see firsthand what's really soft out there, and the way these kids, I'm sure, come in and treat the gym entitled, fucking shit up, leaving shit out
Yeah.
or disrespecting people.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you see.
You see kids lifting in pajamas and Crocs, and I'm like, I want
Oh,
to drop
God.
a
Over
pole
in
foot.
slides and shit.
I
God.
hate it.
Fuck.
I hate it.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to say like you go in to work out however you want, but I'm sure some of them also just are lacking any type of ethic behind the training as well.
Or self-awareness.
Yeah.
Like, hey, somebody's been waiting for that machine for about 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
you
too.
should stop talking or get off
Yeah.
your phone and move.
Yeah.
It's a gym.
There's no etiquette. There's no respect.
Especially
there's
when,
no-
like when it's super busy and people think that they're gonna like take up 3 different machines at the same exact time, and I hate that. Used to happen to me at the Gold over where was it? Westchester, I think it was the one. But there was like people that every single time would always work out at the same time, and they would do that, and it would be so busy, and I'm like, you can't do that, okay? But like little me was like, it's okay, I'll just go somewhere else. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
At the same time, you want to be like, good for you for at least going to the gym.
100%.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Because there's always kids that are not going to be at the gym.
Glad you're in here, but
Yeah, first steps.
tighten the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Figure
do
shit
you
out.
guys ever see that? Do you see that in the football? Like in football now, like I know people, maybe parents are like super cautious of like injuries and things like that. Or like are the football players now coming up like more soft like than when you came up?
Yeah, so, well, obviously the concussion thing is a real issue.
It is, yeah.
And it's, luckily we have technology and the helmets are getting better. But it's something that we address because I coached 12U football this past season, and we had to explain like, hey, there's a difference between being hurt and being injured.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be sore. If you're not sore, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
If you're injured, like, you're injured. Be smart. You don't have to, but if, my legs hurt, and it's like, suck it up. Like,
Yeah.
let's go. But if you're injured, that's a whole different story.
Of
But
course.
you have to explain that to those, to kids that age.
Yeah.
It's, everyone's a precious snowflake.
So,
now.
yeah. That's what I felt.
And I could assume that, like, I don't know, with coaching, they were doing much training, or you all controlled that outside of whatever, groups or leagues you're playing with. But, like, I'm sure that speaking back to you going to the gym at 5 a.m. before school in high school, and, that was a different – I'm not in high school anymore, but I feel like that probably doesn't happen as often as it used to, as far as, like, the intensity behind training. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'm not around it, but I could assume if everybody's getting a little softer, the training's obviously softened up or got more lax. It isn't as strict. I'm sure it didn't out in those hot-ass days. I remember seeing some of the kids that were on our team, like, it'd be like 110 degrees outside. They'd still be training that shit.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. And I don't know. And it's like, I guess there is a smartness to it. It's like, all right, is it smart to probably do that when we could just, like, train more efficiently? But I don't know. I feel like getting to the softness of the youth and the up-and-coming, I don't know if you see any of
Different
that with
generation.
training.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about coaching. You have to understand your players, and you have to know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Because there are kids at that age, especially like the 12U guys that are, will be moving on to high school next year, and, trying to play JV football. There are some kids that I can, if you get in their face and yell and scream at them, they're going to fold and start crying and run off to the sideline. And there are other kids that are like, I got you.
Yeah. I'm going to do better.
Like
yeah.
those kids are different.
They get it.
And that is always my goal. Coaching is like, I'm going to be hard on you because I see something in you.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like, I'm going to yell at you, I'm going to be hard on you, but you still are going to know that, like, I've got your back.
Yeah.
I believe in you. Like, I'm here for you, but I'm doing this because I want you to be successful.
Yeah, you're on their team.
And there are kids that as soon as you say one thing about, hey, that was the wrong guy, and they're like, oh, and it's like a dog that cowers in the corner, and you're like,
I feel like it's the same thing with parenting too. It's like, there's like the gentle parenting where like you are very soft and like you talk very positive, and then there's more of like, because I get to my days where I'm just like, I know you're little, but like, man, like you piss me off, and so like, like we yell or raise our voice or whatever, and then there's just like all different like spanking children and all this stuff, and then when they get older, like how to speak to them. And she's not even 2, but like we talked to each other today, and we were like, man, she's absorbing and learning so much. Like, am I about to fuck her up? Like, is she gonna be, are we gonna say the right things, do the right things? Like, it is so nerve-wracking. Like, I do not want to fuck up this child. That's all I think about. and it's like taken over.
Yeah.
Now that the older she gets.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But like I don't remember anything that my parents said to me when I was 2 years old, so I also have to like think about that too. But man, they're like it starts young. Like I don't want to make her soft and like, you know. But
yeah, that'd be the worst.
I don't want her to be
fear.
cold and like
Yeah, I
rough
don't
and like
wanna make
not feel emotion, and I don't know. It's like this delicate line. I don't know. Y'all are parents, so you guys, I'm sure, understand too. But man.
Yeah, I feel like since not to say take any weight off of it, but I'm sure almost everybody's felt that way since the beginning of
Yeah.
time raising a kid. But especially nowadays, how it can turn very, very soft. Like mentioning the scale earlier, the softness level has even gone deeper
Yeah.
into the trenches of feelings, pronouns, and fucking whatever
Yeah.
other bullshit that can pop up.
Like apparently
You
there's
know.
a million genders.
Well, that
and-
too,
yeah.
but it's like, all right, so do we, how strict, what's the upbringing, what's the discipline, and then also another thing that's lingering in the back of my head is like, man, I don't want to, on top of raising a kid, blah, 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 the obligations and responsibilities of that, what if my kid like kills me? In my
in your
or
sleep?
something? Yeah, you hear those
I hope you
stories.
see the signs before that.
Yeah, but it's like, shit, hopefully I do it right to where they don't kill me. Just
Oh,
don't kill me.
only Austin would be like,
Don't kill me.
you're gonna kill me in my sleep. That's really funny.
I gotta have,
I mean, it's
I
not
have,
funny,
I have
but
to have a lock on the outside of their door.
You can't get
Just a
out.
bolt.
You ain't getting me
bolt action
tonight.
lock.
Poor
CPS
Austin.
is going to show up real quick to your house.
You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe it's good you don't have a child.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
probably.
good. I don't know.
Yeah.
But also, you don't know. Like, you learn so much as being a parent. Like, every single day is different. Like, you learn new shit. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't think it would be like all of a sudden one day you said the wrong
Snaps.
thing like, to your kid and they're like, I'm gonna fucking kill him in his sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Damn.
They're just different.
It is. It is.
I don't know,
I don't know.
my kid still loves me so far.
She's
so,
obsessed. Yeah.
So she won't kill me.
He even
Team-
said today,
team
she was like,
dad.
she got so
Maybe
excited when
her.
I came home and she just kept giving me hugs and kisses. And I was like, yeah, I watched the whole thing happen. I watched her love
She
on
loves
you so
her
good.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have your cats for now.
I do.
And hopefully they
They're
don't
handful.
kill you in your
They're
sleep.
handful. No, they're good.
I say I would be more worried about cats killing me in my sleep than a kid.
Nah, they know who's
Especially
boss.
Cats
Minnie.
are sketchy.
They know who's boss.
They know who's
I
daddy.
got them tamed.
Oh yeah.
Austin is a cat daddy.
Yeah, I am. I don't know. I
Our
like
cats
'em.
are obsessed with him.
I like them. They're just not like. I like dogs too, but I just like that I can just leave them
Yeah.
and put bowl of food out. Say, see you in 3 days.
Yeah,
Be
you
good.
can't do that with a child. I
Read
was
some
waiting-
books.
Can't do it with a
back.
dog either.
Yeah, our pit bull is he's so needy.
Yeah.
He's such a good dog. He's so well behaved, like, but he just wants to be next to his people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
that's her.
He's notorious for like he'll sit on your feet. That's what
shit.
you're like. Hey, bud,
Yeah.
sit. And you're like, no, not
Over your space.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
go over here.
I know. Like all day, we're like, please go lay in your bed. Like she just wants to be right by you, but
A little shadow.
Oh,
She's old.
speaking of Diesel, we have the funniest video. He was sleeping in his bed the other night, and he started like making this noise, and he sounds like an air impact wrench, and we were
Oh, God.
crying laughing.
What? Oh God! You wouldn't think it's coming from that.
Is that in the middle of the night?
It was
that's him
chilling.
sleeping.
it was like 9 p.m. Yeah, sitting. He's just laying in his bed with the other dog, but he just starts.
Chilling.
That would
I've
scare
never heard
me
that noise
if I was
before.
sleeping.
it is.
Yeah, it sounds alien-like.
9
I know,
o'clock
she
at
like
night, I'm probably
wheezes.
pretty
No, that
stoned,
was-
just like
Holy
fuck is
crap!
that?
I know, yeah, freak out for sure.
Holy hell!
Yeah, she like wheezes
It's almost
sometimes,
like you need
but
CPAP or something.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I do love a dog, but they obviously are like way more work than cats, for sure. Even though every day he's like, fuck, I didn't clean out the fucking litter box again.
Yeah,
He,
litter
like,
box.
is so mad.
That's pretty rough.
They have those like automatic ones that clean themselves, but
I'm not doing it.
I got that money. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
The tax returns just came back.
I was gonna
So,
say taxes.
I gotta do something with that money before I spend
He
it.
said today, he goes, burning a hole in my pocket. I was
Damn,
like,
it is.
you are the worst.
Got
He
new
can't.
shoes
Fucking me
though.
up. Yeah.
I got a shoe rack back there that needs a couple, like a couple empty spots.
Yeah,
New
yeah.
shoes.
Yeah, there's a reason why our owner's draws go to her and not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Go shopping, little walk
Yeah.
around money.
If
Yeah.
we ever get married, it's probably gonna be more. You just every single time that you have money, you're just like, I'm ready to go. You like itch. You're like,
I do.
okay, what can we? Where
Well,
can we
I mean,
go?
I work for it.
I know.
Well,
work
if you don't, what are you gonna, I can't take it with me when I go.
That's true.
That's right.
True.
That's
I
right.
know. He's trying to buy that shed.
That's not even like fun to spend money on a shed. That's just something I need.
Oh, okay.
It'll make life a lot easier.
As a
We'll get that
homeowner.
later.
You wouldn't even walk in that shed out there, the one we have now. So you would walk in the new one. Actually, you never will, but you would.
Oh, okay.
Could. Whatever.
All right. Want to play these cards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read your card off.
Did you have? Oh, you got one. Good.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, ladies first. Go ahead. Make it good.
I know. Answer the internet. Would you rather wake up every morning with the TV channel numbers randomized and no guide, or have your keyboard layout switched every morning? I don't
Oh,
watch
that's
TV.
easy. TV channels. Like,
Yeah.
because you can just flip through and be like,
Right.
oh, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go up.
I have to type
If
too
your
much.
keyboard is switched
Yeah.
every single
you have
morning,
to relearn how to use a keyboard.
yeah,
No, dude.
fuck that.
All right. Quick story. I almost posted it today,
Okay.
but I didn't because I forgot. So I took a picture of it. I was like, oh, I'll post it in a little bit because I was handling some work. And I needed to print something off at our house. And Sarah, my wife's laptop, is the only one hooked up to this little cheap printer that we have.
Yeah.
I'd have to like sync all my shit to it, so I just
Ugh,
never have.
yeah, no.
Anyways, so I flip open her laptop to use it to like because I sent files to her shit, and I haven't been on her laptop in years. Oh, well, at least a while, like a year. All of her keys, and when you type, Russian.
Get out of here.
Dead serious. We
Why
got a spot.
is she like,
Call the news. We got a spot.
Why is she like that?
I don't know.
That's her first language.
Is it? Oh well.
Okay, well, it's not Sarah's, and I'll say that right now.
But she's been doing Russian lessons and whatnot. So like, all
She was
of
born
her
in
keys.
Southwest Virginia.
I was like, what? How am I gonna print something off this?
Are they in the same layout?
Yeah, but it's like still the same layout. So like,
Well-
I know the shapes. Enter, backspace, deletes
Yeah.
over there. So I had to like look at my laptop and like.
That is
She
so
replaced all of
funny.
That's horrible.
That is
I was like,
so
holy
funny.
shit! What is this at first? I was
Well,
like, oh, you
because
gotta
the
do
Cyrillic
that.
alphabet is what? 8, 10, 12 more letters than
Oh shit.
the 34?
32.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why when I was trying to type a few things in the same spots, it still wasn't working. Like I was trying to sign in something with my email. I was like, oh, I know where, because I type it so often.
Right.
Like I know how to keep my fingers in the same spots. So like, why is it still incorrect?
Yeah, that's so
So I was
funny.
like, caps locks might be on. So I did that. I was like, nope, still not working. So it must be like, even though,
It's like a skipped
yeah,
whatever.
like
Yeah.
things are rearranged still a little bit on there.
Oh my
I don't
god,
know.
that's so funny. I would have to like Google it on my
But
phone.
Nothing. Like with Spanish, you can get by. You're like, oh, okay, like.
Yeah.
You
Well, they use the
But
letters.
Russian, nothing looks like it should.
Yeah.
Not only that, but there are times that I'm like, hey, how do you say this? And she'll say it. I'm like, I can't even repeat what you just said.
Yeah.
to me.
Like a grunt.
Like if if it's
Talk to me like I'm
Spanish,
3.
I can know nothing. I can know nothing about what you're saying in
Yeah.
Spanish. But if you say it to me, I can,
get by.
Yeah.
I can say it back to you. But
Yeah.
if she says something in Russian, and I'm like, I have no idea what you just said.
But like Spanish is
lost
also in like the same letters. So like you can
Yeah.
you can read it.
Yeah.
But like if it was like in Mandarin, you'd be like, I don't know what the fuck that says
Shapes.
because they don't use the same letters
Yeah,
as
they're
us.
using straight like.
Why is that R backwards? Like, what are we doing?
Right.
What's going on? Yeah.
Fix it. Okay, flip your card.
All right, poll the internet. Would you rather A, sit on a cake and eat a dick, or sit on a dick and eat a cake?
Happy birthday.
Fuck.
Well, for me, I'm gonna
What are you gonna do?
sit on a dick and eat cake because that's just me having sex and eating at the same time.
I'd rather eat a dick than sit on a dick.
Unfortunately, I think it's,
We're eating dick tonight.
I think
I would think that all girls
Macros are better.
opposite of mine.
yeah.
Kobayashi.
Like, you're telling me I get to have sex and I get to eat at the same time? Okay.
Fucked up question.
I was waiting for the second part to be better.
Nah.
And I was like, no, it didn't get any better.
Nope.
No.
Oh,
This
shit.
is why Chuck E. Cheese went out of business.
Yeah.
Answer the internet. Would you rather have 2 normal kids? All right. Would you rather have 2 normal kids or 1 disabled kid and 1 kid in the NFL?
Too normal.
2 normal kids.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a hard question.
Yeah. Austin's like, wait, how much money can I make off this child?
Austin's
Box
thinking,
seats or
yeah.
no?
Sponsorships after? Like, is this like an
Can I be his
income for
agent?
life?
Yeah, 2 normal kids would be
How
awesome.
big? Like Patrick Mahomes? Like, what are we talking?
No, 2 normal kids. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right.
I think I
was
got 2 normal kids.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Would you rather have an Audi belly button or an uncircumcised dick?
Well, I'm a girl, so I'm going to say Audi belly button.
I don't even.
I've also heard
My
that.
belly button looks like an Audi because I have a hernia, I guess.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah, I'll take the Audi.
I've got the Audi.
I've also
I'm
heard
going
that.
without
Yeah.
Like now the new, not new maybe, but like the thing that's coming back is that circumcising your child isn't necessary and you shouldn't do it.
As
But
long
then
as you're clean.
I heard that growing up. I always heard that you should circumcise because it's cleaner.
Yeah. Well, I think that's still the case. Probably. But
I don't have a dick, so I have apps, and I've never seen an uncircumcised penis, so I don't know.
I don't
Fun fact
know.
about me. I don't know. I don't know if you guys
Like,
have seen an
No.
uncircumcised
What
penis.
was it? What came first? Was it religion that did it first, or was it
Health.
health, sanitary
I think it was religion.
that did it first?
I also don't know.
Because I think it's religious for
I think
like
it was
Jewish.
religion. Yeah,
to
it was a Jewish
trim.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
called
then- and then they maybe-
Brick-
But like,
bris?
isn't that
Bris?
crazy? I mean, no disrespect to Jewish, but like, that's part of like, hey, we gotta cut the skin off that dick right now.
But the Jewish,
Like, when did it start? How did it start? What was the first one?
it's also very different in a Jewish community because when you do it in the Jewish world,
Are you
it's
Jewish?
called a
Okay,
it's called a
just making
brisk,
sure.
and you take it's like days after the baby. It's already the baby's home, and you have the rabbi come. So it's completely different than doing
At the
a
hospital.
circumcision at the hospital when the baby just like is first born.
Yeah.
So it's so different. I'm sure it's probably a little less sanitary, I would assume, being
At
at a
home.
home with a rabbi, but I don't know.
I don't know what type of toolkit he's
I don't-
bringing.
How many have you done?
He's gonna wipe the old skin off.
I think it's called a brisk or so. It's called something like that with the B, but yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
It's a very religious thing. It's not. I'm at the
And I
hospital.
don't. Well, I guess the rabbis got reps put in, but I don't want like just a new guy coming in cutting stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, yep,
Did you just become a rabbi? Is this your first
my
one?
first brand new toolkit. First
I've
day
watched
on the job.
many, but yes.
Yeah.
It's like when you get a phlebotomist and it's their first day and they're like,
And they're and they got the shakes already.
you're like, just let me do this.
yeah,
Yeah.
let me hit that thing.
When you go to like a training hospital and they're like, "Is it okay if this person does it?" It's like,
usually,
You get one shot. If you miss,
yeah.
give somebody else.
I think I had when I'd gone in to have Reese, the girl
Yeah, the
that
girl was
did
new.
my was like trying to find my vein or whatever, and she missed. Oh my!
It was like 3 times. She kept
It was
missing. and
awful.
And the thing
finally-
is, like, you're not overly like you don't.
No.
You, like
No.
you have veins. Like you could harpoon like a green one from here.
I say you could hit mine with a dart. Like,
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, I'm nothing
I don't
like
see
y'all.
any.
I'm not asking that. Like, you can clearly see my vein right here, but like
Yeah.
she struggled so hard. Oh my god! And like I had when I left the hospital, I had the largest
Oh, that
bruise.
shit
Like,
blew out.
oh my god, it was so bad.
Yeah,
and I
it's
was
horrible.
like, okay, thank you for having the new girl put that shit in my arm. When I'm so fucking pregnant, I was
Yeah,
dying.
usually like think about it. Like you're never in the hospital most of the time because you're feeling good.
Yeah.
right.
So they're like, all right, let's go ahead and make you a guinea pig too, and let's throw.
Yeah,
get a
which I
couple
do
darts
understand
put
people
in
have to
you.
learn.
Yeah, you got to.
have to like whatever, but
When I did my paramedic program, we had what's called a stab lab, and we had to learn on each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that with nursing, but
I think they do.
as paramedics, we had a couple nights where you go in, you pick your buddy. All right, we're doing injections on each other, and we're doing IVs on each other. And like, by the time you were done, for the most part, you had a good.
Yeah.
Like when I went to the ER, there's not many that I didn't get.
Yeah.
But I've had nurses like in training come that like couldn't get any on me,
Which is wild.
which is wild.
Yeah. No, my friend Pipper, she's wild. I love her. But she would like go up to like in a bar and she would come up to a guy and she goes, just grabs his arm. She's like, I would love to prick you and like give you an IV. Oof. Like she was like, I'd love, and like in her mind, like she's like, that vein is so juicy. Like I would do that. And it's just so funny because I never look at you and be like, wow, I would love to prick you with a needle
Nurse
and like
porn.
give you an IV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like draw
I've
blood.
probably heard that a dozen times.
Oh yeah, I bet because
Yeah,
nurses
right.
are like they love that shit and like
Easy
Well,
job.
here's this may sound bad. Take the new people that need to learn and have them do it on like college kids that are donating plasma.
yeah,
Yeah.
You can handle it.
Yeah.
And you probably have decent veins because you're 20.
Yes.
right,
Like, let them start in the beginner level.
yeah. Don't do it on a pregnant
agree.
lady that's about to have a baby. I was dying. I was like, oh my god, I can do this. I can do this. I can get through it. Oh, it was bad.
Yeah. There's some people, my wife, she's a nurse, and there's some people that come in and they'll call squads in, phlebotomists, the whole nine, bringing in the whole unit for some people, and they still can't get them started. So they'll do either an IO, which is drilling into the bone, the last ditch effort. All right, we're going Milwaukee.
Make sure it's got a fresh battery.
Oh god.
Shit dies halfway.
Yeah,
in.
it's like shit.
All right, get the screwdriver. Just twisting that bitch in. Oh shit, dude, making me sweat.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like
she's
talking
done
about
it a couple times. I never. Oh.
Yeah,
No thanks.
That's horrible.
Set of balls. I couldn't do it.
I remember getting tested for, was it compartment syndrome? And they made me like jog for 5 minutes and then they just start sticking your leg with a needle with like a pressure gauge on it. Yeah.
Oh my.
Because like, so you know when you get chicken breast and it's got that fascia over it, if you have really tight fascia, you can get a pump to the point where like it's super painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're trying to relieve like blood or like.
Well, they're trying to test to see if that's what you know, the problem is.
Yeah. And I guess what is that like when you puncture the fascia, like it releases a little bit?
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
a pressure gauge on the end of the needle
Got it.
essentially. But yeah, that was.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, it's oh man, I couldn't do that.
No thanks.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out on my own.
That or I always chuckle when I get clients that are like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to switch the needle and stuck myself with the 18 gauge." I'm like,
Oh,
You're pulling
harpoon.
skin back out with that one,
Like,
dude.
There's a plug
That
coming
one,
out
yeah,
with
that one probably didn't stop bleeding.
yeah, like that hurts.
Dude,
I don't know why it hurts so
my
bad.
How do you
man.
forget that? Like when you go to stick it
You don't
in
look
there,
at it like.
It's like, yeah.
Also, as soon as that shit hits me, I'm gonna fucking die. Oh my
Holy
god.
I can't
Hey,
imagine
it goes in
sticking
quick,
yourself
though.
with 18.
Well, the fluid or juice does.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did you do it for long?
Yeah. Holy shit, man.
Gross.
Yeah, you wouldn't mess up with that, or at least I wouldn't.
the last one was funny because I was like, "Hey, you know, I always offer to help, like walk people through it because that's the most nerve-wracking part of the whole thing."
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's like, super cocky about it. Like, I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. Like,
Do you?
Okay.
Do you?
and then he tells me that I'm like,
Yeah, big dog. Holler at me.
It almost feels good. You're like, all right, you didn't need my help. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about it, and I could not do it.
With y'all's practice and like getting people on board, most people like I know that like the kit comes with instructions, but like do most people how often are you like you ever having to like get on a Zoom and like talk them through it that way or what?
I always offer to do that.
Yeah.
Probably happens once a week.
Okay. Because I feel like,
Yeah.
I mean, I
I
guess
would
you
need
could
a
YouTube
YouTube.
it. I was about to say, yeah, YouTube. Because
I
if
do.
not, like, I guess you could go through the paper and be like, all right, let me just look at this paper and whatever. But
I just watched a clip, like a reel, and this comedian was talking about how she has been going through IVF and like freezing her eggs and everything. And she was like, yeah, it's crazy. Like you just leave and they're like, all right, here's all these syringes and drugs and stuff. And like, here you go. And she's like, I don't know how to fucking do any
those
of
go
it.
where?
She was like, I fucked up the first 2 times. And she goes, you know how expensive IVF medicine is? Like, yeah. I was like, I would not leave without like literally step-by-step instructions.
Yeah.
Which they probably was, and she still just didn't even like read it right. But
I mean, maybe there's certain things that need to go certain areas, like subcutaneous versus like intramuscular, but like you really can't. It's really straightforward, right? Just hit it into muscle and roll, ride and roll.
Yeah, or do your like love handles for sub-Q stuff.
True.
Once you've done it a couple times, like riding a bike, like
I heard anything in the butt hurts.
Yeah, giggity.
Honestly, it's actually the opposite.
Giggity. Yeah.
Bigger the muscle, the easier it is for an intramuscular injection.
Ah, damn.
All right.
So
You gotta have some big muscles.
Okay. Well, I ain't got that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tried pitting my traps once.
Oh shit, dude.
That you told me-
A friend of mine used to do like his triceps, his traps, his.
The worst was I did
Lats.
one of my calves once. I couldn't
That'd
walk.
be a
I couldn't
knot,
walk for
dude.
like a week.
Holy shit.
Oh,
There's only one time where I couldn't walk. Well, like I felt like I've been kicked by a donkey before or a horse, but there was one time immediately after I took an injection, it felt like I had the biggest burning sensation in the inside of my leg, like deep burn. I was gonna pass out. It was like pain level was crazy.
See that I could not do that.
Pass out, but 45 seconds in, it started just going away. I was like,
I would be like, okay, take me to the hospital.
Holy shit. I was
I've
about to
done something
puke.
wrong.
yeah.
Because something's wrong with me. I'm gonna Google it, and then all my symptoms are I'm gonna die. So
Yep. Say your prayers.
yeah,
she thought
I
she had
could.
cancer the other day, but
I
she went to the doctor. They
I still
said
say
she was
that.
just gonna have a period.
Yeah. Why you gotta tell all my shit on a podcast? Okay. They're like, it's hormonal, honey, and I'm like, okay. Are you sure?
So how old are you again?
Yeah. You never know. Okay? And I'm not going to take any risks because then they're like, your intuition kicks in. I'm like, I don't know, bitch. I feel like I have cancer. They're like, no, you don't.
It's funny. I found this chart, and it measures, and the bottom, the x-axis is age, years, and it goes from like birth through puberty, normal cycle, pregnancy, menopause, postmenopause, and then there's tracks levels of testosterone, estradiol, progesterone, HCG, and it looks like this. I'm like, that's the problem right there. Like they're all over the place.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like guys are easy with hormones. Like put their testosterone at 1,000, keep their estradiol under control, and we're good. With females, it's like,
Never know.
based on
Yeah. Depends on the day.
It's like, what's the normal range? It's like, I don't know. What does the moon look like tonight? Like,
Yeah.
Fuck.
Jesus.
That's kind of true.
But no, seriously, it's the most, because it's this like, it's like a crazy straw,
Yeah.
and it's just all over the place.
I
And
had
it
infertility
keeps
issues,
going.
and they used to take my levels for everything, and they were like, they never knew. They couldn't figure anything out for me, clearly, because I had issues before. But yeah,
I feel like you're right. Like guys are just like a good old
We got
beat up
crazy.
truck. Like it just never lets you down. It's just simple. You just turn the key, hit the gas.
Ford 300
Yeah.
inline 6, you can run without oil in it.
That's right.
one day
Exactly.
one day he came home and he was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just feel like I really need to cry." And he was like, "Okay, well, go and cry." And I was like, "I can't." Like, I think you were about to come over for a podcast. It was something. Like something was about to happen. I was like,
I was like, I gotta go. So please wait till I leave.
"Yeah." He was like, I can't handle that."
I gotta go.
And I was like, I don't know, like I just feel my tears are like right here. I'm like, I'm literally about. And then like the very next day, I started my cycle. And I was like, okay, makes
God,
sense.
I couldn't live like
She
that.
was eating
oh
and
God.
just crying.
I was
"What is
eating and
wrong
crying at
with
the same
you?"
time.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I just need to cry.
which is so
Holy
great.
shit.
Like but when I was younger, it wasn't like that. It's like only since I don't know, older, after having a baby. Like I don't know, my hormones are crazy, but I can't imagine. I'm sure every day is different.
I'm just glad you don't have cancer.
It's true. I'm still not convinced, but every once in a while, every time like Reese will hit it, I'm like, oh, it's my cancer.
That's her cancer today.
I almost had cancer right there, which I
Nice.
shouldn't joke about it,
No,
but like I
speaking
literally
of
freak
existence.
out. I'm like, I always have problems like in my mind. I'm like, this
She
is
is-
wrong. I'm like, oh, I tore a muscle. I swear I tore a
She
muscle.
swore up and down. She tore a muscle on her back the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, all
Doing
right, well,
what?
I'll be home
And
in
then
a
I took
couple
medicine. I
hours.
felt very good.
I came home.
Tylenol
BC
works
Powder
miracles.
fixed
She was like, BC Power healed your torn muscle. And I go,
The new BPC.
Some of the best advice you can give somebody is get off WebMD.
Yeah.
Stop Googling
oh my God, my
shit.
doctors
Google
hate
it.
it.
Yeah,
every
Google.
single time I go in, I'm like, well, I WebMD'd this. And they're like,
It's like, you're here to see me, all right?
yeah.
Not.
And then I pay like $150. And I'm like, fuck, there was nothing wrong with me. Like, I'm almost like pissed about it. Shit. I have to tell Jake. I'm gonna come up and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with me. And they're like, yeah, no shit.
I couldn't say that.
Yeah. But if there had been something wrong and I didn't go and get checked, just saying.
Money well spent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like Stu from now on, their dad, and just like,
probably
nah,
just gas.
it's probably just gas. There's nothing wrong with you. That is his answer for everything.
I know.
His cancer probably too. Oh, it's probably just
yeah.
gas pain.
Oh, we saw that TLC show that I didn't realize I was pregnant.
Oh God.
Oh my God, they're like having babies like in the toilet. They're like going to the bathroom. I'm like, you
What?
just had a baby
Like,
in the
come on.
toilet? Yes.
Didn't know there
It is a show, and like multiple women, they had babies in toilets.
I think they're bigger girls, right? Big girls.
I worked with a girl that once said that she lost weight throughout her pregnancy because she was so big before.
How the fuck does that work?
Thing just eats some of the excess.
I don't
mass.
know. I don't know.
Holy
I also
shit.
don't know if that's true, but
WebMD it.
I'm gonna Google
It's
it.
a parasite.
Yeah.
Alien predator shit, man.
This girl that I grew up at the same town or whatever, she has this like on her Instagram, like she's actually she got a lot of followers, and she did this like cleansing bath that she did for like 30 days or something, and it would like the water was like brown. It's like a bath bomb almost looking thing. And she would get out and it looked like these little tiny worms were like swimming on the top of the
What?
water, and it was like coming out of her.
I think she might have
where?
had tapeworms.
And somebody was like, that's a hair. And then she took a video of it, and there was like an actual strand of her hair next to one of these things, and it's like swirling around in there. And she was like, you have to do it for 30 days. And it like gets all of the stuff out of you.
think
And like worms would come out of her. I don't know.
What in the fuck?
I don't know.
That is the
I'm
most.
sweating
I
thinking
would
about
if
it.
I had worms coming on me, I would not film it
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Well,
post
she was
it.
because she has followers, so she's like, this is like she's like a health
What was she
thing.
Hey,
promoting?
baby girl, that's tapeworms.
She was promoting something.
She was just like, this is a parasite like cleanse or whatever, and like worms come out of you.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the YouTube channel August the Duck, but if you haven't, you have to go watch it. Because he does commentary on stupid shit on the internet. And he got started with a bunch of like Karen videos that are hilarious. But he just comments on TikToks and oh my god, there's
Eat them
so
alive.
many horrible like this lady that she cooked up a mouse and fed it to her kids and she's like, this is how you clean your chicken, and she put chicken breast in the sink and then was pouring Clorox bleach on it. I'm like,
Oh my god.
what? And she's like, yeah. She goes, we ate the mouse, and I'm starting to like break out. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. It's
Like, mice are not for
some
eating.
of the videos that he finds are. But his commentary makes them
Yeah, I'm sure.
1,000 times better.
Dude.
Well, now I'm sure so many people that watch that video were like, there's worms inside of me, and I need to take this bath right away, and I need to get this stuff to take.
one of them. Right here.
Speaking of worms,
Probably.
I don't know if it was a TV show or a radio thing that I heard it, but for tapeworms, it's real. And I think doctors recommend it. You put some tape over your butthole at night, and it catches them. They come out at night to breathe or some shit.
I also heard if you drink milk and you have one, it like will come up out of the back of your throat and like drink the milk. That's like sitting.
Like it's sitting there catching it with its mouth open, your mouth's open, and its mouth's open. It's like, oh, it's feeding time.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's like baby birds.
No, because I used to drink a lot of milk when I was little, and
You're
like
feeding the
they
worms?
were like, well, if you have like a tapeworm or something, they'll like come. It's so gross.
It's thirsty.
You're like feeding your tapeworm. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my
Just
god.
put tapeworms like in the bath bomb, and so you make everybody think
That's how you
that's
Yeah.
Big Pharma's next ploy.
Yeah.
You need a bomb.
You
She's all
need
about, like,
ivermectin to
natural-
fix your tapeworms.
Yeah.
Well, this girl's all about like natural remedies and like natural everything, and like these are the like cleanses and stuff like that. And that's I was like,
There's a lot of natural going on.
the water is dark brown, dark brown, and then there's like these little tiny things that look like hairs.
She probably crapped in the tub and it's the worms.
Yeah, it's nasty. Should I show you the video?
Nope.
No,
Good.
thank you.
It's really disgusting. I mean, they do look like little tiny worms. I don't even know if it's on our like full page. But
I'll pass.
anyways,
Yeah.
yeah,
Stop looking for it.
she didn't post it on her like thing, so but it was just on her.
You
stories.
follow her?
Yeah,
Gotta keep up with the tips.
she's from my hometown.
Oh, is she? Oh shit! I
Yeah.
thought it was like a big time influencer.
No. I mean, she has a good amount of followers. She's got almost 18,000 followers.
Shit, the worms.
Stupidity gets eyeballs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just how
Yeah.
the world
We
works.
got
these
Her
days.
thing is like living holistically. That's her life. Yeah. So like when her kids are sick, which apparently they are a lot, she has like
Give
all
'em a
these
worm bomb.
things that-
Worm bomb 'em. Damn.
Yeah, it goes back to kids being soft. Like,
yeah.
you're supposed to you're not supposed to let kids eat dirt, but kids are going to eat dirt. It
Yeah.
builds the
Yeah.
immune system. Like, you put them in a bubble. And that's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
They're gonna get sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, it's been a long one.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
thank you for
guys
coming.
out.
Yeah.
Glad to have you
Thank
back on.
Adriana.
We
Appreciate
teased
you.
about a guest for so long. Like people are probably like, "Fucking finally!" Like, I don't think these people have
Yeah.
friends.
But we'd love to have y'all back on in the near future.
Yeah.
Maybe have some other topics going on. Shoot the
Appreciate
shit.
it.
Catch up on current events.
yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
You guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We'll catch y'all next time.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.